Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Can y'all please let me know how the sound is? How is the sound? I am waiting for this video or this music to finish downloading so I can use it. But I'm having some difficulties right now. It's downloading or it's uploading and then it stops at like 88%. I don't know why. So I'm gonna try it one more time. It's going right now. It stops at 88%. I'm going to have to I'll do a different intro song, but it's a song that was written by a brother, one of our beloved brethren. His daughter wrote a song, and I did get their permission to play the song as an intro. It's just not uploading all the way. I may have to compress it and then upload it, which is what I do with most of it, but I thought this one would just upload, and it's not uploading. Crap. It didn't upload. So, to my brother, please be informed that I will, if you can, brother, can you send me the same song again? Actually, you don't have to do that. I'll compress it after we get off the stream. And the next live stream, I will debut this awesome song. If you're a person and you do music, you know, I don't have any problem playing a sample or whatever, but this song, I played it for my daughters, and they actually, all the women in the house really enjoyed the song. Really enjoyed the song. And to know that your daughter wrote it is absolutely awesome. I don't want to shout you out yet, brother, because I want the people to hear the song first. The song's fire. And I think it's a blessing that you have a daughter that is able to write music. Since it's not going to upload, let me just go ahead and throw out one of my usual intro songs. I'm not even sure this is working. I'm having some serious issues. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, goodness. Oh, your oldest composes music also, Sister Cassie? That is awesome.
Eat money.
Well, hey, if they ever, I'm not sure, you know what I mean. If they ever want to have it play on a stream or whatever, I have no problem with that. I don't seek royalties. I don't monetize it. No, Hebrew alcoholic. No. But I'm sure when the brother would have no problem shouting at his daughter when that opportunity comes. Hallelujah. Shabbat shalom to Devin. Ebony. Yes, sir, Auntie. Hey, I'll put it up here. No problem, Auntie. Hey, if you ever want some plays, hey, hit me up. Top metal, hallelujah. Bless you, my brother. Bless you, bless you. Brother Gary, after the stream, I'm gonna email you. I'll just email you. At the behest of our brother Jay Moore, I'm gonna holler at you, brother Gary. Not bad. Actually, it's good. Yes, sir. You can rock a holler. Hey, I'll go on your channel, brother. I'll check some songs on it, and then if you can after the stream, brother, hit me up with a message. Just send me an email. I'll email you and ask, or I'll comment. I'll comment on those videos that I like the music and ask why I get permission. And if you do, and I get it, hey, I'll put it up. It's Elisa DM. Shabbat Shalom says, blessings and honor to you, your husband, and his house. Hey, Palmer, I feel you, bro. I feel you, bro.
Beat money.
Yes, sir, brother Jay Morris. Yes, sir. Absolutely, my brother. I'm actually very thankful that you're doing what you're doing. I really am, brother. You have no clue. You have no clue, brother. I'm so happy.
Beat money.
Sister K from the house of Jay Morris. Shabbat Shalom. Sister K said she has been thinking about y'all a lot lately. Maybe I should reach out to her. Say, what's happening, sis? What's happening, Sister K?
Shalom.
Oh, Sister Ebony said, Shalom, Sister K.
I sent her a message after her having a baby, and I sent her.
Sister K, they will be reaching out to you this week. They will be reaching out to you this week. She said she's been thinking about y'all lately. Hallelujah. 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 Sister Juanita Beck. Shabbat Shalom. Jasper and Dustpan. Blessings and honor, Brother Cody. Honor to you and your household, my brother. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. This is going to be, I know for the on average, when you get a chance, check your email. I've been trying to get in touch with you. I left my number. Yes, sir. Roll New Life. Yes, sir. Look, brother, I'm email you after the stream also. Can you someone remind me of that, please? Don't just say yes.
Who is it?
I need to email Brother Gary and Roll New Life after the stream. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom. So Roll New Life, yes, sir. I'll get back to you, brother. I'll get back to you. Forgive me. There's been a lot going on. Not a lot negative. Just a lot going on. A lot of what do you call those things when you make connections for other opportunities to grow in certain ways? I've been really focusing on the idea of Arda Pari. I sent you an email from Colombia hoping Arda Pari. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. I can't say that I got your email. If you can, brother, send me another email with in the subject line, put your YouTube name. That's really what I look for. So if you're a brother or something like that, or sister, and you email me, please put your YouTube name. If you just put like, I have a question, I get so many of those that it's hard to answer. But if it's a brother that or a sister that I know, and you put your name in the chat in the subject line, I'll look at that and be like, hey, it's brother Ronu Life, or brother Gary's very good at that. He'll just put brother Gary and then his last name, and then I'm like, it's my brother Gary. Hallelujah, hallelujah. But yeah, we've been making connections as far as we can with this FY Hood to Homestead. We've been doing a lot. That we've been doing a lot. Man, I got something in my eye. I think yesterday we pruned our grapes, and Ebony and Taylor were propagating them, cutting them, propagating them, and this next week we're probably going to be doing a couple hundred elderberries. Not elderberries. We already have a couple hundred elderberries. A couple hundred goji berries. One of the things that I've noticed is this is just what I noticed now. People have to eat. Surprising, huh? People eat.
No matter what.
No matter what. No matter what. Hey, Palmetto, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored, Palmetto. I really am. He said, M.I. Gardner's been backed up. And I like M.I. Gardner, too. That's the guy where I got the idea of those cell blocks, yes, the compressed soil. I got it from him. That's why I bought it. It was because of him. So shout out to M.I. Gardner. I'm sure you probably will never hear this, but I'm shouting you out anyways. He did a video of compressed soil for seed starting, and actually, go ahead, get one. So we bought the little machine, and it literally compresses soil, your own compost. It compresses it. You drop a seed in there, cover it up with soil, and then you plant this whole block into the soil. And so instead of having to go out and buy, those coconut shaving, you can literally just make your own compost. We make our own compost here, and compress it, put seeds in it. For us, it'll be a lot of the larger fruit-bearing squashes and tomatoes, peppers, and you can plant that whole block, and you can water it and wet it and everything. It works perfectly. It works perfectly. But we've been really, pushing this idea. Sister Taylor is working on the website. She's my social media manager. She handles that part of things. It's just it's called Blocks Oil Planting. Thank you, Sister Colleen. I didn't know what the actual term of it. Block soil planting. Thank you. It's we're excited about it. A lot of little changes, a lot of work. Hey, Brother Alex, Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Hallelujah. And it's just been an ongoing thing. We make connections because we do grow lavender, and we're making a connection with a person that makes soap. And they're looking for fresh, lavender, rosemary, lemon balm, mint, because they make, bars. And rather than buying it from, some online retailer, they would love the idea of being able to connect and get it from somebody who they know, does things naturally. It is networking. Yeah, networking. So it's just opening up opportunities. And since Ebony loves gardening, I think I found somebody who loves gardening as much as I do. And Taylor is very good at technology. She's a young whippersnapper. Taylor's a young whippersnapper. She even called me old, y'all. She called me old. Taylor, where's she at? She gotta stop for a second. She gotta stop for a second. So I decided I'm gonna address this on a social media platform. Me and her we gotta deal with this problem. Oh, brother, Hero Alcohol, it has been all hands on deck. I was just telling the brothers
Yes, Pastor.
that you are my social media manager, more or less, and the website. You design the website and everything like that. But I did have a qualm that I wanted to address with you, and I wanted to address it publicly. I told them that you've been calling me old. She made a reference I was 70 because I got out of the bed, and the back acted up a little bit. The back was like, "Hey, nigga, you better slow down." That's what it said to me. I got up like I was nice and spry and young, and she laughed. See, now Lisa DM said she said old head. That's probably what she calls her husband. When he gets out of bed, he's like old head.
I like that.
No. See, we got a 13-year difference between me and her. It's 14. 13 and a half. So back when I was in high school, we didn't have cell phones, we had pay phones. But if you ask her, we had string and cups. If you ask her that, she's like, do you even know what a payphone is? Do you even know what a payphone is?
Yes. I do see. I have seen a payphone.
Have you ever used a payphone? She's never used a payphone, everybody. She has never used a payphone. But she's talking about me. She told me, actually I made this shit up. I'm just putting it on her. But she told me that if my cell phone ever went out, I had to get one of those big rolls of kite string and 2 cups and just attach it to the side of the car. And when I drive away, if she needs me, she'll just holler in the cup. And eventually it'll get to me. That's what she said to me.
Yeah, I know.
She jacked up.
Horse and buggies growing up as well.
You hear this? She said that she knows that I had horse and buggies when I was growing up. Horse and buggies. So thank you. You're finished. She's reading to the children right now, so I had to call her away real quick. Hey, Al Count, I did use a rotary dial phone, and that shit used to piss me off. But you know how you do like the first 5 or 6 numbers of a phone call, and you mess up that 7th number, you're like, damn, I gotta start all over. Because when you had to do 9, that thing took like a half an hour. That thing was like, hey, Cloud, hey, aren't you older than me? You older than me, Cloud. For those that don't, I've eclipsed 40, 42 years old. 42 and a half years young. I'm gonna put it that way. Cloud said, shh. Hey, you called me out, Cloud. How you gonna say dang you old and then say shh? Hey, bless you, brother. Oh, Fearmonger said he's 48. Daryl said those rotary phones were a royal pet. Yes, sir. They sure were. So the Colleen said 68 in a month. Wow, praise y'all. You know how many people don't see that age today? Man. But Alex said rotary phones might as well have been the Oregon Trail. Oh gosh. Anyways, I had to have some fun. I need to get some water now. Woo. Woo. Hallelujah. Man, I'm exhausted. Palmetto said, I'm 40, but I'm 65 in her mind. Man, brother. Hey, can you get me the Apothecary book? I also want to give a shout out. I know people don't really like when I do this stuff, but I'm going to. Because every once in a while, I accept the gift, especially if it's for the sisters. Especially with where we're taking things for as far as us as a family and the things that we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Brother Meyer said, bro, your family and listening audience, don't mess up dialing the wrong on the rotary phone, then you have to start over again. I'm 57 years old. Hey, Brother Meyer, you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You mess up on that 7th number, and you're like, damn. Oh, man. See, Brother Myron and me, we could talk because, see, many of you don't even remember when they actually had answering machines. No, not the answering machine that was connected to your phone. The one where you had to connect the phone line to the answering machine and then the answering machine into the house phone. and then you had to put a cassette tape in there. And when you got home, you saw that red blinking light in your answering machine, and you would go and hit rewind and rewind it back to the message, and then hit play so you could hear what was on the answering machine. See, some of y'all don't know about that. Some of y'all don't know about that stuff. Come on now. Come on. Come on now. Oh yeah. Oh, Sister Abby knows about that. Brother Myron said, "Yup." Oh wait, Sister K said she had one of those too. Oh, see, I don't feel so old no more. I'm gonna get on Taylor. Sister K, please, when you get on the phone, talk to Sister Taylor. Please give it to her. Just go ahead and give it to her. Let her know what's up. That's back when things were simple. yeah, you just aged you and Brother Jay Morris. Oh, what about the party line? I remember the party line. Oh, oh gosh. Oh man. I remember back when, like, when three-way was actually a thing. Like, you had to actually buy three-way service on your phone, on your house phone, as a separate service. It was like $7.99 a month on top of your cell phone bill. Because you had to, you called the person, like I would call you, and then I would put you on hold, and then call John, and then talk to John, and then link the phone call. Oh man. Oh man. Oh gosh. Oh, you remember that too? Okay, so Tanisha said she remember that too. But I want to shout out. She don't want me to say her name, but she didn't say I couldn't say her name, so technically I can. But she never said I could. Sister Erica, I want to shout you out. Bless you and thank you, sister. She sent the sisters here because she knows that Sister Ebony is getting in really deep into apothecary, working with herbs, drying herbs, things like that. And she sent, bam, wait, bam, the Ultimate Home Apothecary Collection, 50 books in one, 1,500 remedies. This thing got remedies for animals. Animals. I want to say thank you, sis. They've been pouring into this book. I mean, pouring into it, looking at all the different, especially Sister Ebony, because she's in charge of the apothecary. So yeah, that's how I run my house, y'all. She's in charge of well, I mean, she's in charge. Other sisters work with her, but she's in charge of the herbs and I mean by herbs, I mean the herbs, not those herbs, Ebony. Ebony knows all about the other herbs too. Before, she came to my house, she knew about the herbs.
I didn't know all about it.
You knew about the herbs. If I was like, if we were coloring and I said, "Hey, Ebony, can you hand me the purple?" She'd slide me a baggie. I was like, no, Ebony. I don't do that. But I need the actual purple crayon. I need that. Oh, I'm like, how did you even get that in my house? I don't do that. It's always a question of mine. I don't understand. I'm like, can you hand me the green? She slide green over. Like, yeah, come on, purple and green. She don't do that no more though. She don't do that no more. That's true. I made her throw it away before she came. Now people will say, "No, what's your view on that?" Hey, I don't have any problem with people that use that stuff medicinally. I don't. For me, I just don't use it. That's my prerogative. That is what I have chosen to do, but I'm not the person that's going to go and tell somebody else they're in sin or they're wicked. I ain't that dude. But this is what it was like when I first told her that, because she knew a little bit when she was, reaching out to me because she was inquiring about my house. She knew. I let her know straight up, "Hey, I know you do be doing that. I don't do it." And she said that, "Well, you can go. What did you do because you knew where you want to go? What'd you do?"
I got rid of it, so you didn't have to tell me, to get rid of it. I already knew that he didn't allow that in his home. That's not something that he allowed anyone to do. So I just went ahead and threw it away.
So she threw it away
when we were we used to call it courting, but
We don't really call it courting. We only talk for 3 days. You can't really call that anything.
When we were conversating.
Conversing. She knew where she wanted to go. I knew where I wanted her to be. And it was just a matter of figuring out a day for me to get there. But she made those changes by herself. Just understanding that he don't do that. She took the nose ring out of her nose. She did all those things by her. I didn't have to say a thing. Sisters, if those of you are interested in the man's house, just listen to that. I didn't have to go to her and say, that nose ring. She understood. He don't do this. The sisters don't wear that. They don't wear a nose ring, not because of any other reason. Just it's my prerogative. I don't let them. We and Brother Myron, we would be considered in the. Hey, Brother Myron, how about this? I'll tell it to you this way. You know the dude who you've been going at on Facebook with? Not Tennessee, not him. The other dude, I'm in his state, in the Ozark region. So I'm in the South, but yeah, I'm in the South. They consider this the South, right? Yeah, they do. I guess they consider the South. So I'm in that state, that same state that dude was in. Yeah, exactly. Hebrew alcoholic. Yeah, I'm at the herb of the field. Absolutely. Midwest. I'm in the Ozarks. Yeah. I'm in Arkansas. I don't really like telling people what state I'm in, but I'm in Arkansas. Okay, prepping in progress. Thank you. Prepping in progress said Ozarks of Missouri and Arkansas are considered the South. Thank you. When you come from the West Coast, you think the South is like Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. So I wonder. Never mind. That's one way off. So, anyways, Brother Rob probably wish I still had it. I have ADHD. Like, no, it's business. Sister Cassie just said. Brother Rob wishes she still had it. Like calm her down. Oh, okay. Arkansas and even Texas is considered a southern state. See, I consider Texas the West. Okay. Hallelujah. Anyways, this is going to be a interesting stream because I get it's amazing, brothers and sisters. I get a lot of if you don't get Myron, that dude. Hey, you've been going in, yo. You've been going in. But yeah, that dude. That dude. Do you get negative 30 degrees there? North? No, then it's not north. See, that's coming from Jay Morris. If it don't hit the negatives, if the freeze don't freeze, it ain't north. I know Fairmonger up north. They think we're getting cold, like big time cold. But anyways, I want to address this topic because I get asked a lot of questions, brothers and sisters, and y'all willing. I'm gonna put it this way. I won't be long. I got some scriptures. We're just gonna hit it real quick. I really wanted to discuss this because this is not the first time I've gotten this question. One of the biggest things that I've noticed once again in this faith is we have a lot of religion. Yeah, fearmongers in Minnesota. Good God, yeah. You left the number. He didn't call you back. Figures. They'll do a video about you, but they ain't gonna. No, you already know, brother. They ain't gonna do it that way. You already know, brother. I had to make our milk cow an insulated udder bra to keep her teeth from freezing. But brother Shanquilla, brother, I was thinking about you, brother. I was thinking about you. If you don't mind, after this, I'm gonna send you a message, brother. My phone number. I would like to reach out to you, brother. because I want to do a part 2 to this very topic. And if you would be willing to come on and have this conversation with me, I'd be honored, brother. I would really be honored. Like no joke. I would really be honored to be able to have you on one of the streams. Especially because I do plan on doing a part 2 to this one. And it's modesty. And as he said, it's Hebrew Christian lights. There's a whole lot of religion that has permeated into the faith and turned this into, because see, one of the biggest issues, just like we talked about speaking in tongues just a couple weeks ago, most of the people don't understand is that if you followed a man and his religious ideas, what you did is you literally just followed his previous Christian upbringing. We talked about how the whole speaking in tongues thing, I'm not speaking against speaking in tongues, but I'm speaking, thank you, Brother Sean. Thank you. How a lot of these ideas come from holiness churches. So I want to tell you, first and foremost, modesty, brothers and sisters, is not what you think it is. This idea of, oh, it's the skirt and the head covering and the flowing this, and that's not modesty, y'all. That's not modesty. You can read in Timothy and you can read in Peter where it was clearly said it's not supposed to be the outward adorning. And yet today, there are brothers posting up these pictures today. And they post up a picture of a woman with a head covering on and a long skirt, and they say, she's modest. And then they show a woman with pants and a top on, and it might be form-fitting, and they'll say, she's not modest. And I'm like, wait a minute, you determined that from what? Here's what I challenge y'all, brothers. Show me one verse in the Torah that defines modesty as what you see in church. Go ahead. I wrote down what the Torah says about clothing, the laws that I could find about clothing. I wrote them down. Nothing of them are telling you how a woman is to dress. You might be surprised, brother. Modesty, as far as a woman's clothing, is defined by who? What is a woman's modesty defined by? Brother, that's exactly where I was going, Brother Sean. How was Sarah determined beautiful from such a distance at near 90 years old? Why didn't Abraham have her covered head to toe? 2 times. And we're going to go to them, Joshua 15 and Joshua 20. She went into an area and the king said, damn, she's fine. Young lion, Israel, young lion, Shabbat Shalom. The husband, Brother Daryl Vick said, father and husband. Tamar, who played, had the attire of a harlot, was fully clothed and had a veil over her face, and she was a harlot. And when you actually look at the characteristics of a harlot, because we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 7. And we're going to look at the characteristics of a harlot. It's not how she dresses. It's what her character and what she does. 1 Timothy chapter 5 also discusses that. What a harlot wears. Or why he tells the woman to be in the house and not wandering the streets. House to house. Just like you see in Proverbs 7. The woman, the harlot, she's in the streets, she's here, she's there. See, I'm going to tell y'all something, all right? I want y'all to think of your favorite ministry right now. Think of the one in Tennessee, think of all these so-called holiness churches, and I'm about to read you something. I'm going to read you something. This is from a very prominent Christian denomination. The United Pentecostal Christian Church. Holiness and holiness, Pentecostal oneness, or Pentecostal holiness churches. Okay, this is what they consider modesty. No slacks for women. For women now. Now, here's my question to y'all: where in the Torah do you get this stuff from? Where in the law? Where did Yah define this as law? And why is it gone into the faith where women are running around today with head coverings and skirts? Shit, where the hell do you see so much adultery taking place? You see it in the faith, right? You see it in the faith, right? You see all this stuff in the faith. So let's go. No slacks. You don't see that in the Torah, but you see that in the faith today. And when I say faith, I mean faith. F-A-I-F. F-A-I-F. No makeup. No makeup. People say, well, Jezebel painted her face. My question is, where in the law do you? I'm asking for a law, not what other people did. There you go. You can hide pregnancy. You can be manipulative as crazy with all this big clothing that women wear. Wait. Veteran 60, bless you, my brother. It's man-made. Don't add or take away. That's what the Bible says. I have a fear of adding things to the law and then making it Torah, because I feel that I feel it's okay. Let me continue. No jewelry except wedding ring and watch. No low necklines. No sleeveless dresses or shirts. No very tight or thin clothing. No dress hemlines at or above the knee. No sleeves above the elbow. You have to keep your hair uncut. This is what the Pentecostal church, which has now come into the faith, because now most of these so-called groups and camps are nothing but Pentecostals. Brother Gary said, a woman's husband is to define her modesty. Why could you say that? Why was Sarah dressing in such a way that two different kings saw her and said she's fine? And we know Abraham's the father of the faith. Sarah, whose daughters ye are, sisters, we would consider the mother of the faith. Why was she dressed in such a way that men, kings, soldiers of kings saw her as good looking? Why was Abraham hiding Sarah in a chest? If she was covered head to toe, nobody would have seen how beautiful she was. Brother, Sean, I'm going there. Brother. I'm going there. I want to explain to y'all. See, a lot of times we put modesty, the burden of modesty. Like, see, if I go somewhere and I go with one of my wives and she is looking attractive to me, she's looking like that for me. Well, everybody else can see her. Why are you worried about what everybody else thinks about anything? So if my wife walks out with a large head covering and covered from head to toe in the middle of summertime, am I supposed to be worried about that? Well, people can lust over her. All right, since you said that, let's do this. Let's go to the book of Susanna, y'all. If you have your Apocrypha, go to Susanna. Since you think that the lust issue is solely placed on the woman. Brothers, your lust issue is your damn problem. Y'all running around uncontrolled talking about every woman, because see, there are some women that just got ass. And there are some women that just got titties. And it don't matter how much they wear, a woman that got ass, got ass. Am I lying? A woman that is so now what? Because you can't stop lusting, she has to cover her face now too? What if you have a fetish with women's cheekbones? She got to cover her cheekbones now? It's y'all's uncontrolled lust that you keep putting off on a woman. Because I've been around married women. I've been around other men's wives that are new to the faith. And before the woman starts putting on all this head coverings and skirt, which actually draws attention to her, which is actually the opposite of modest. Modest is not drawing attention to yourself. You telling me that how you dressing? See, your effort of being holy, you have a very, holiness is defined by Yah. It's not defined by, I'm gonna just do stuff different. Some of y'all think that you're holy because you go out into the world not looking like the world and you say, oh, I think I'm holy. So is that to say if I throw a washcloth on my head and I'm the only dumb dude doing it, am I holy now? I'm the only dude walking around with a washcloth on my head. And so now I have the extreme holiness, right? Right? Because I'm the only one doing it. It's insane. Men, we have a lack. I'm not saying a stripper's attire is okay. I'm not talking about a woman walking around as a stripper. That's a whole different ballgame. That is a whole different ballgame. Thank you. Jezebel was probably dressed with modesty and she was a harlot. So we're not talking about a woman dressing like a a straight up prostitute. But see, let's just keep the shit real. Today we have prostitutes in the faith with head coverings and skirts on. A lot of them. We got a lot of people who are, and I'm not talking about a couple. I'm talking about a ton of people coming into this faith with head coverings and skirts on. Talking about they holy. And then you got men who run around and tell these women, you're holy. You're holy. Let me tell you some more about what the Pentecostal church put out. That this is not holy. It's done a lot. Do you brothers know how much adultery is rampant? See, some of y'all don't know the facts. Some of y'all don't have your foot to the ground and are hearing the constant, continuous stories of the amount of whoring, the amount of head covered. I ain't gonna try to say that. But y'all know what I was about to say. Head covered harlots. Dudes, men that are running around making harlots and hoes of women, and these women have head coverings and skirts on. This stuff, it's amazing. There you go. Brother Sean, you said it right there. There is a balance. The Bible talks about just weights, just balances, and judgment. Yah is a Yah of balance. We don't have a balance today. So we judge anything as wicked that doesn't fit the narrative. When what you have is you have a lot of uncontrolled. I'm gonna read it to you. Let's go to the book of Susanna real quick. Book of Susanna. It's only got one chapter, so let's go to verse 2. Let's start verse 1. There dwelt a man in Babylon named Jehoiakim, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, a very good-looking, fair, that means fair. She was a fine woman. Okay? and one that feared Yah. Her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. Now, let's quickly jump over the two wicked elders. Let's go to verse 8. No, let's start verse 7. No. We'll keep it in context. Verse 4. Now, Jehoiakim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joining under his house. And to him resorted the Jews because he was more honorable than all others. The same year were appointed two of the ancients. So two ancient men, two elders, were appointed to be judges of the people, such as Yahweh spake of. That wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Jehoiakim's house, and all that had any suits in the law came to them. Now, when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. She went into her husband's garden to walk. And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her. Mind you, Susanna's just a good-looking woman. She's just a good-looking woman. That's it. See, when men want something that is not theirs, it will cause you to look. When men drive a nice car, it causes other men to look. So the fact that Jehoiakim had a good-looking wife, Susanna, people are going to notice she's a beautiful woman. But elders, it was your job to not be inflamed with lust. It's not Susanna's job to no longer walk anywhere. So if Abraham is walking with Sarah and Sarah's beautiful, we're not talking about Susanna's we're not talking about Sarah's walking around with a thong on. Let's not be extreme and let's not be foolish in our thoughts to think that she was walking around in a thong. But if Sarah's walking around, maybe she's showing some skin. I don't see a sin in that. Can we find a sin so far yet? Is her pudenda hanging out? Is her vagina lips hanging out? And if so, we as men have to have enough self-control to be able to go out into this world today and get our shit done and stay focused on what we're doing. But instead, it's always this wicked woman. If you even read Proverbs chapter 7, she didn't get him based on how she was dressed. She got him based off of her words. Read it. The harlot entrapped that young man with her words. You can tell today harlots based on what they say. Today, we're trying to judge every woman that doesn't dress the way we think they should dress as a hoe. I don't like the way she's dressed. She's a hoe. Are you sure? Are you sure, brother? They're running around condemning all these women. It just goes to show how incapable we are to judge today. Some women are so shapely that they don't even keep that from being known with a good covering. It's noticeable regardless. Absolutely, brother. And Sister Colleen said, and she's in her husband's garden. Here's my question, brothers. And I continually ask this question to men. If a woman is with her husband, now I'm not talking about her in a thong now, but if a woman is with her husband, let's say she's got some tight jeans on. No, the sisters here don't wear tight jeans. But let's just say she's got tight jeans on, and she's with her husband. My question is this: why is it that even us today, us men today, why are we steady, focused on what another man is doing. Well, she's got all her junk hanging out. Well, then turn your head, brother. Do you have self-control? Well, that woman over there is wearing makeup. I think I should say something. No, you don't need to say anything. Is it your possession? So if the husband wants his wife dressed up, fully covered, and she refuses and wears skin-tight clothing then to go to the gym, wouldn't that be rebellion? That's rebellion. But see, she's disobeying her husband's command. That's the issue. The issue is, I mean, in the Apocrypha, it tells you to run from a beautiful woman. It doesn't say you're condemned because you know this woman's beautiful. It says run from her. You see that she's good looking, turn your head. But yes, brother, if you tell your wife, hey, I want you to go to the gym and I want you to cover up, and she says, no, I'm gonna wear whatever I want to the gym, she's in rebellion. She's in rebellion. Arda Pari, something that we need to learn is that's not my business. Brother, that is exactly it. What we as men need to learn is that's not my business. The same way if a brother drives in a nice car, if a brother comes to my land in a nice truck, I don't feel this insatiable need to touch his and fondle his truck. I just don't. Brother Alex, you're getting at where I'm about to go. I built a gym at home. Problem solved. We have spent so much time in this faith trying to demonize women based on how they dress that we've given passes to who they are in here and in here. We're judging wife material on how a woman dresses. We're literally judging people. And Yah said, don't judge that way. Look at Brother Gary said. Look at Brother Gary, this is why I love you, Brother Gary. Yes. Lust is not just about sexual attractiveness. Lust is covetousness toward another man's property. That's another man's wife. Why are you looking? Here's a question I ask myself today. When I see a man and his wife, and I'm asking her this question, this stream, because it was asked of me. This question was asked of me. When I look at a man and he's out with his wife, there's been brothers that I have met out in society, and the picture that she's not dressed how she is on her Facebook picture. And I was like, brother, he was like, he was ashamed. Like, oh, brother, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, for what? Oh, I didn't want you to have to see her like this. You mean she's looking good for you? Is that what she's doing? Your wife is looking good for you? So a woman can't look attracted to her husband. Well, where do you see that in the Bible? I'm glad you asked. Let's go to the book of, wait, let me find my notes. Jasher, y'all. Where's my, oh, there it is. Let's go to Jasher chapter 15. See, Brother Aki, that's the biggest issue we have, brother, is we have a lot of people that are adding to the law instead of a woman going to, so think about this, brothers. Many of us have allowed a church to define what is holiness when the scriptures clearly tell us what it is. Why is it that we are constantly redefining Yah's law by our own add-ins instead of sticking with Yah's law, and that's it? This is the same shit that how we get tithes and offerings going to our pastors because they twist a couple verses. It's the same way we have all things in common, couple verses being twisted. Just like one of the another UPCI, United Pentecostal Church, doctrine on dress for men is, men, you cannot have hair covering the tips of your ears or touching his collar. They say that's a sin. It's a sin for you men to have hair that touches the tip of your ear or that touches your collarbone. That's why you have your favorite supposed Israelite pastor who rolls around on the internet and calls men gay because they have hair coming down their back. Because he's a Pentecostal pastor. That's why. I like that. Pamela said, as soon as a pastor says, men, you cannot, I'm walking out. Right. Look at that. Brother Alex said, so we're not supposed to notice our wife until we are married? That's disingenuous. It absolutely is, brother. It absolutely is. I mean, Jacob wanted Rachel. Why? Because Rachel looked good. How did he know that, y'all? How did Jacob know Rachel looked good? Look, a shameless woman will always be in disgrace, but a dignified daughter will show her modesty with her husband. Her husband. Her husband. We have been told and bullshitted to believe that a woman in a long skirt is holy. She's set apart. She's not. The same way a dude, if that's the case, I'm set apart. I'm the only dude right now wearing this. I am set apart. Brothers, if you want to be a set apart brother like me, the man of Yah, get your washcloth and put that shit on your head. Jay Moore said he saw her. He looked at her. He said, damn, she looked good. We got dudes ready, I mean, literally, in a bind because their wife thinks that holiness is her head covering and skirt. And we're about to go to 1 Peter, and we're about to go to 1 Timothy to prove that it ain't. But right now, let's, if we can, please, go to Jasher chapter 15. Wait, am I going to the right spot? Yep. Jasher 15. The Bible said she had a good form. Yes, Juanita, Sister Juanita talks about that. Wait. But if she's covered head to toe, how did we see her form? How did he know she looked good? How did the two kings know that Sarah looked good? How did see, it's man's problem. Jasher chapter 15. Let's go to verse 3. Look at this. If you have the book of Jasher, oh, Brother Daryl Vick, brother, you are telling the truth. I've seen a number of women with ankle-length dresses with the nastiest attitudes and the foulest mouths. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, brother. I've gotten in more arguments with women wearing hair coverings. Some of y'all brothers will resonate with what I'm saying right now. The France Hart, the message sent, Shabbat Shalom, brothers. I've had more arguments with women with head coverings than I have with brothers. I've had more arguments with women in head coverings and long skirts than I have with brothers. I have been cussed out more by women with head coverings and long skirts than I have brothers. Brother Gary, I said, church is the last place I go in order to learn about Yah. So I'm telling you, Your pastor is a Pentecostal. His tongue's idea is Pentecostal. His skirt wearing is Pentecostal. His men can't have hair. And if it goes to their collar, they're wicked. That's Pentecostal too. Look at Brother Alex said. Groups are letting sexual predators around and demanding that girls cover so they don't cause men to lust. They're letting the predator in and then saying, women, cover up so you don't lust. Ezekiel 16. You never dress Jerusalem with a head wrap. Joshua chapter 15. Look at verse 3. We'll start at verse 2 to keep it in context. And Abraham and all belonging to him rose and went down to Egypt on account of the famine. And when they were at the brook Mitzrayim, they remained there some time to rest from the fatigue of the road. And Abram and Sarah were walking by the border of the brook Mitzrayim. They're in the open, y'all. And Abram beheld his wife, Sarah, that she was beautiful. Wait a minute. So Abraham is walking in public with his wife and turned and said, damn, girl, you look good. Now let's ask a question, y'all. Let's be honest, brothers. When you look at your wife and you say, baby, damn, you look good. What you looking at? Come on now, brother. Don't bullshit me now. Don't bullshit me. When you look at your wife and you say, damn, you look good. What you looking at? But look at Mother Elaine. Mother Elaine said that is the basic teaching of UPCI. It's the woman that looks pretty that causes the sin, not the lust from the pedophile wanting to date the 16-year-old. Absolutely. Absolutely. But Cloud said, man, he looked at his wife and said, damn, man, you look good. Brother Daryl Vick said her body. Brother Gary said, the first part of my wife I ever saw was her butt and shorts, bent over picking something up. That can guarantee you that it was my first attention. Artie Parry said, that curve. Lee 85, what's happening, Lee 85? Shabbat shalom, my brother. He said, that ass. He Rapaholic said, her head covering.
Right.
He looked at her head covering and was like, damn, girl, you look good. Abraham was checking out his wife, which means his wife was looking good enough for him to say, damn, you look good. Damn, you beautiful. Damn, you fine. Well, I don't know if he said damn, that's me adding in. But he said, girl, you look good. Baby, you look good. Baby, you look good. I'm walking with my wife by a stream, by a brook. We're trying to get to Mitzrayim. Man, babe, you look good. See what I'm saying? Man, that donkey was talking to me like Balaam. That ass was talking to me. That's why I said this is an adult-oriented one. We have some adult conversations here. I'm trying to destroy religion. I'm trying to destroy these doctrines that are passed in by these holiness churches. How are you a holiness church if you don't keep the Torah, which is what defines what holiness is? Never mind. But I bet Abraham's boys were super happy for him too. Heck yeah. See, that's the issue, Brother Alex. The group, if you hang around with a group, I'm going to say this word. And for those of y'all that are new, it is what it is. This is how I talk. If you hang around a group of niggas and you have a good looking wife, if they can't be happy for you, like, man, bro, that's right. I'm happy for you. If they're like, damn, man, I can't wait for that nigga to die. So I'm about to move in on that one. You with the wrong group. Your group should be happy for you. They should love you as a brother. Just like if I have a brother right now. See, I have a modest 2000, I don't know, 2008, 10 Dodge Ram 1500. Simple truck, two-wheel drive. It gets done what I need to get done. If a brother rolls up in a 2024 four-wheel drive diesel Cummins engine truck, that can pull 10, 15,000 pounds. I'm not like, damn, man, man, I'm about to take that. I'm like, brother, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. That towing capacity is exactly what you need. Why is it that we as brothers, we can't look at another brother and be like, hey, I'm happy for you, bro. Your wife is beautiful. Now I'm about to roll out. Brother Rob said he looked at Sister Casey's eyes. I guess at Kathy's eyes. Brother Palmetto, that's exactly what I'm getting at, brother. People in general just need to learn how to mind their own damn business. Stop proclaiming what you think holiness is on another man's house. Just because for you in your house, your wife's skirt goes past the knees, and you go to a brother and his wife's skirt may go an inch above the knees, don't make him wicked. Because she sure as shit ain't wearing it for you. And you are selfish and you are dumb as shit to think that she is wearing it for you. She's wearing that so I can lust. Dude, this is your brother and his wife. And you think you're so messed up in the head. Yo, it's got me cussing, y'all. You're so messed up in the head that you think that your brother's wife is wearing what she's wearing for you. Dude, you are about yourself too much, and you definitely ain't got no problem trespassing.
Daddy, can we check on the chickens real quick?
Yes. That man, Palmetto, you killing it. If you can't come to your brother with a Torah in your hand when you point to a mate in your I think a mote in your brother's eye, you're in the wrong. You better come with a Torah law, not your opinion, not what you think, not what you feel. You better come with a law, brothers, and keep your ass out of other dudes' houses. Miss Gary just spoke up. Show me that Pentecostal gate into the New Jerusalem. Show me the gate that the Pentecostals going to. Which your tribe is that? That is so good, Miss Gary. Man. So let's continue. We're still in Jasher, chapter 15, verse 3. And Abram saw Sarah, and Abram and Sarah were walking at the border of the brook, and Abram beheld his wife. He checked out his wife, Sarah, that she was very beautiful. Mind you, we're told in 1 Peter that you sisters are the daughters of Sarah, as long as you operate without any fear. Sarah was a wife to Abraham. She was a wife to Abraham. Her focus was not on what everybody else said. Sisters, stop letting your focus be what the pastor said. Stop letting your focus be what I said. Stop letting your focus be what Darren Jack said, or what Kevin Samuel said, or what all these other spring ups on the internet. You need to be focused on what your husband said. What your husband say? I oftentimes give you this. I oftentimes give this one. All right. We know that in the story of Esther. There you go. That's it. The message sent. These relationship gurus that always got something to tell a married woman. That's right, Cloud. Some prophetess. You remember when King Ahasuerus called Vashti, Ahasuerus, he was sipping a little bit with his homeboys, had a little get together, and said, Vashti, come out here and show everybody how beautiful you are. And Vashti, nah, nigga, I ain't going out there. You ain't gonna braid me out. What you think I am, a piece of meat? Today we say, oh yeah, that was rational for her to say that. Here's an interesting question, bro. Y'all already know I hit them tough questions. And that's why, like Palmetto says, I love some real dudes and real dude conversations. Because we got to discuss this shit out instead of just trying to push everything under this rug of religion. We don't talk about that. Here's the question. Men, that's right, Lee 85, that's right. Was Ahasuerus right or wrong for calling Vashti out? For saying, come out here and show your beauty. Was he right or was he wrong? Question. This is coffee right now. I'm gonna sip on some coffee while y'all give me my. This is a coffee I had this morning. They only fill it up halfway. I've been cutting down my coffee drinking so much. But was Vashti right or wrong, brothers, for her response to King Ahasuerus? Come on, brothers. Hebrew Alcoholic. Brother Daryl Vick. Anybody else? Vashti was wrong. He was in the right. This is getting deep. This is getting deep. There you go. Look, Measure said Vashti was wrong. That's why he replaced it with someone better. So essentially, what Ahasuerus did is say, "Come out here and show them how good looking you are." I ain't going out there, nigga. I'm staying in. I'm staying over here. Look at that. My brother LaFrance Hart. He was right because it was his domain, his kingdom, and she is his woman. I like what Brother Alex said. I don't think right or wrong is even implicated for him. He can do what he wants. Right. So now Vashti gets kicked out. And Esther gets brought into the house of concubines. Do you even think for a second that when Ahasuerus was looking at Esther, checking her out, and do you think that there's a possibility that he could have tested her in the way that he tested Vashti? To see was she going to be rebellious just like Vashti was? Brothers, if you have a woman and she is rebellious and just rebels and rebels and rebels and rebels against you, and you eventually get to the point where she's not there anymore, aren't you going to make sure that the next woman doesn't rebel? Man, Jay Morris, this is why I love y'all brothers, because we understand the book. We have the right to run our houses the way we choose as long as it is not against the Torah. That's the Bible. I'm trying to figure out why it is that we kept letting man and some doctrine and some man's interpretation of what he considers modesty. If you consider that modesty, brother, then that's what your wife should wear or do. But why are you going and now preaching what modesty is to every other brother? LL dude should do that, but they don't. Like a dog to vomit, they usually take on the next chick that is nice to them for a minute. Brother Alex, that's absolutely it. If you have a woman and she's not listening to you in the area, you should probably make sure the next one has that down. Hey, message sent, Brother Nick, that's the truth. Some men don't even want to leave their homes. That's too much. It's too much to ask. So, brother, why don't you have a sit down with your wife? You discuss with her what modesty is. Because when you go to the Torah about what the laws the Torah has about clothing, you'll see, unless y'all know some more, you'll see Leviticus 19:19 and Deuteronomy 22:9-11, which talk about not intermixing different fabrics. And then Deuteronomy 22:5 talks about a man not wearing what pertains to a woman. Everything good? Does anybody else have any laws that you see in the book, except for maybe the priestly garments? Does anybody see any other law? Are there any laws that you see that pertain to how a woman is to dress and based on the Torah defines what modesty is based on Torah? Brother Jay Morris, brother, I think it's trespassing and I think it's damn near adultery. You're trying to take control of another man's wife and how she should dress. That shit's crazy. There you go, Lee 85. We have cross-dressing and not intermingling two different fabrics. Covering your nakedness. There you go. Not showing your pudenda, your nakedness. And it's not the thighs, y'all. Look at Brother Gary. It was his prerogative to do either one. Vashti was clearly wrong in her response. Look at Brother Alex. There are a few for who you can and cannot uncover nakedness, like your father, like your auntie, like your your uncle's wife. You can't uncover the nakedness. But when you start diving in, you don't see, brothers. If your wife is wearing something, Linda Lou, Shabbat Shalom. If your wife is wearing something for you, it may be a skirt down to her knees. Ask yourself the question, why does a man, supposedly a pastor, then come by and say, she shouldn't be wearing that? Why? Are you looking, pastor? Are you looking? Let's ask a question. I know some pastors right now in the faith that are married to members that ex-members' wives. They literally married wives of ex-members. Does anybody not see that as fishy? Or were you checking her out before she was even available? My house is my house. The moment some other man attempts to dictate anything to me, we are adversarial. Look at that. Brother Palmer said, no, the kicked members out and kept their wife. Constant. It's a repetitive thing. The members get kicked out, the women stay. In holiness. Holiness. Look at that. Message sent. Multiple ex-members' wives. And they call this holiness because the woman has a head covering and a skirt. She's holy. Meanwhile, she just got ripped off her husband's penis and put on another man's penis. And we call this shit holiness. Because they have a head covering and a skirt that goes past their knees. There you go. A holy mess. I like that, Lee. I like that. I like that, Lee. Oh, Linda Lou, it's not one church. It's there's a plethora of them. Man, look at this. Bob Meadow said, you have to be very careful who you let your wife work for, too. You are inherently giving that man authority over your wife. I've seen that cause the woman to follow the boss over the husband. I believe even in Numbers 30 concerning the vows, it helps us keep our wives in modesty by allowing or canceling vows made. Absolutely, Brother Cloud. Absolutely. Absolutely. You see, what's happening is the church is turning women into hoes. They're the ones that are turning women literally into whores with this idea of a false holiness because you change your clothes. And it's literally warped the ideas of people. So now in the Hebrew, and I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I am a Hebrew and I am an Israelite, but I am not a Hebrew. I don't belong to that shit. But in the Hebrew Israelite religion, what you see now is you're seeing countless women. I'm talking, I could tell you nightmares, brothers, of women just leaving their husband and jumping to a new camp and jumping into a new bed with a new man. He don't do what she wants. She jumps out of his bed with a head covering on and a skirt the whole time. The whole time she's got a head covering and a skirt on down to the floor. talking about she holy. The pastors bring these women out. They're so holy. And you're looking like, what? What? Brothers, who keeps your daughters holy? Go ahead, men. Who keeps your daughters holy? Oh, Linda Lou? Yes. I think most religions today are cults. Fathers kept their daughters holy. There you go. Brother Jay Moore said, me. That's right, my brother. We kept our daughters holy, not the pastor, not the church, not the church's doctrine. Our obedience to Yah's word kept not just our daughters holy, but your wife is holy. I mean, damn, it's a set apart thing now. I mean, it's a real rare thing now for men to be pleased by their wives. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about she brings them peace. She loves him. She doubles his years. She brings stability to his bones. Yes, and the sexual aspect. But I'm talking about the whole thing. It's a rare. When you want to see a holy woman, look at a man. Look and see, is that man smiling? Is that man at peace? Is that man happy? If you see that man happy and you see that man at peace and you see that man walking with his wife, walking with his children, if you see that family in order, you know that wife is holy. Why do you think it is that in 1 Timothy 5, all the requirements around a woman being involved in the church, being taken care of by the church, is she's the wife of one husband? One husband, not multiple husbands, one husband. She brought him peace. And that man is happy to go home after work. Brother, that man is rushing home. He is flying home. Woo, 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 woo. Sir, can you roll your window? Why you going home? Shit, my wife's at home. Oh, she's pregnant. No, she at home. Oh, is something wrong with her emergency? Do I need to send the ambulance? No. You don't understand. I go to work and I hustle my ass home to go where my peace is. To go where I'm happy. I am a set apart man. Do you know how rare it is to have a woman who loves you, who cares for you? Man, who brings you peace? The best house you can have is a man desperate to please Yah, a wife desperate to please her husband, and children desperate to please all three. Brother, you just shut the stream down. I don't even say anything no more. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I can hold on to the rest of these verses, but we can shut this down. Pamela just said it right there. That's holiness. We got too many men out here trying to define holiness and modesty based on what we think. I was talking with a brother recently. We were talking about this very topic. The same brother that asked me the question. And I told him, hey, bro, your wife's modesty is dependent on you. And literally, when you have a wife, bro, she should be yours in such a way. I did say this to him, that nobody else will want her. She should be yours in such a way, brother, that nobody else would want her. It don't mean that somebody wouldn't, in the unlikely event of your death, somebody would not take care of her, but he ain't gonna take care of her. He'll watch over her and he'll provide a covering so that your children, but he ain't gonna try to go on her because I know what you done did, bro. Hey, Palmetto, I don't know what you did. When I see those happy children walk by, and I see your wife walk by, and I see you walk by with a smile on your face, I'm like, why would anybody else want this? This thing is tatted up. Oh yeah, Sister Linda Lou. We are this extreme because when we escape from the foolishness and the wickedness of these places, one, we are actually charged to say something, to warn others, so that they don't fall into the same place that we did. So that's why we are very passionate as men, because we've seen so many of our brothers that we love and care for hurt. We've seen so many families destroyed, brothers that we knew destroyed, their household gone, finances gone, children gone, wife gone. And it hurts because you love those men. All right, let's continue. If you're still in Joshua chapter 15, let me see. Brother Chris, this may be an ignorant question on my part, but what does it mean to be spiritual? Brother, it depends who's saying it. I'm being real. Because the Bible says first that which is natural, then that which is spiritual. The Bible says that we will be judged by what we do. He says, you know a tree by its works. What I oftentimes have a hard time understanding, brother, and this may be a poor effort for me to answer the question. If somebody else is better equipped to answer it, please do. But I've asked that question also because what I've noticed mostly was carnality, was sin. The Bible says spirit is life. Let's go to, I'm going to go to my other phone. Romans 8:2. Romans 8:2. For the Torah of the Spirit of the life in Messiah has set me free from the Torah of sin and death. So what I did is I actually have it written down. I wrote down what is sin and death. That's carnal. What is spiritual? Oftentimes people say spiritual is the, oh. I don't see that as you're in the spirit because you, oh. Like when like walking in the spirit. What spirit? Well, the spirit of Yah, the Holy Spirit, that leads you to life, truth. Anything that leads me away from that. So I identify what is spiritual, good, holy, by first identifying what was not. We know sin is not. We know wickedness is not. We know, all this vile shit that you see, it's not. So, like, there's times that I drive in my car, and I'll praise Yah, and I'll thank the Father for what He's done for me, giving credit to where it is due. But then also, I thank Yah for my wives. I thank Yah for each one of them, each one of the children. When you are, if you're in sin, are you in the spirit? Are you walking spiritual? Because I had to disassociate that word spiritual with, what you see in church. I had to disassociate myself with that. So if you are in sin, when I remember where I was and see where I am, I fall on my face and weep. Brother, that's spirit. Simple obedience to Yah's word and even His personal commands to you, brother. That is a very good definition, I would say. Simple obedience to Yah's word and even His personal commands to you. Because remember, brother Myron, just like Jonah had personal commands that were to him. So when a person can receive, and I think that's the problem in the faith is today. A person can receive a personal command or a conviction from Yah. But then the problem is they go and tell everybody else that conviction. When Yah told Jonah to go to Nineveh, he didn't tell every prophet to go to Nineveh. He told Jonah to go to Nineveh. So obeying that command, when Yah told me, showed me, this is where you're going to go. I prayed, I sought his face, and he said, this is where you're going to go. The land's already set up. It's raw. It's raw land. This is where I want you to go. He didn't tell everybody to come here. It was my command. So I obeyed. When he told Abraham, go to a land that you don't know, he didn't say everybody go to the land that you don't know. He said, Abraham, go. So, oh, wait, I saw a great, there you go. Spiritual, doing that which is right in the sight of Yah. I think most people try to get spiritual without obeying. That's what I think the issue is. And that leads to witchcraft. Trying to be spiritual without obeying is going to lead you into acquiring other spirits. It's going to open you up to receive spirits that aren't his. His spirit comes to those that obey him. You obey Yah, and then he'll show you more how to obey. He'll continue to lead you. But this stuff that you see on television today, brother, these leaders and these, here's the other scary part. What I believe also is a lot of these people that are spiritual, they're just other spirits, false spirits, demonic spirits. They are still very spiritual. There was a woman who was, we call her the rock collector. Me and the other brothers call her the rock collector because she was always referencing gems and all sorts of different rocks in her spiritual awakening with Yah. She would read the Bible, argue with dudes, and then consort her rocks. And like she was casting lots and getting answers from the rocks. And she said that it was divine spiritual knowledge. And I agree with her. I said, it is divine, whatever your divine is. And it is spiritual because demons are spirits. And it definitely was knowledge because I don't know what the fuck you just said. It's witchcraft, exactly. Witchcraft is spirituality. We cannot forget that. Witchcraft is spirituality. Let's not forget that. And remember, rebellion is as witchcraft. So if rebellion is as witchcraft, rebellion is a form of spirituality. When you operate against Yah, you are operating in a spirit. It may be an anti-Messiah spirit, an anti-Torah spirit. But you are operating, you have choices. Joshua said, choose, you have life and death, blessings and curses. There is no middle ground. You're either picking one or the other. You're either picking Yah and his spirits or Hasatan and his spirits. So you're going to be, and then whatever spirits you choose, that's what you will do. That's the work you will do. Torah of sin and death is a mistranslation. I believe it is simply the natural law. That's right, reaping and sowing. Torah is specifically the first 5 books of the Bible. Absolutely. I always find it funny when people say, turn to Corinthians chapter 2, the scriptures. I'm like, that's not, never mind. I don't want to get in that with you. A lot of people would like to tell you that any rebellion against them is sin. Oh, brother, that's those leaders. You rebel against me, you in sin. Just like they like to tell a story. And we have a breakdown coming. Because I've heard these false-ass pastors talk about the story of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And they always use that story to reference themselves as Moses. And everybody else who taught ever since they ended against them, they are Miriam. They are Korah, Dathan, Abiram, and I think it was 150 elders that they convinced. Everybody else is now, they're Moses. Oh yeah, I got a breakdown about that one. I remember an old movie where this gunslinger ex-priest said, "I'm a man of the spirit. Sometimes I listen to the wrong spirits." Brother, it's a. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Right? You mean the letters? That's why Peter said. That's great, brother Daryl Big. That's why Peter said to not believe every spirit, but try them to see whether or not they are of Yah. So when people tell me they are spiritual, I agree with them. You are definitely spiritual. But what spirit are you talking about here? You can be a spiritual person and serve Satan. Oh, he said that's why he asked the question, bro. Hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, brother. That's exactly it. People are operating all types of spirits. All types of spirits. And then they'll say they're spiritual. And now it's men that are doing that. Magnificent Seven. That's what it was. Magnificent Seven. Well, let's go back to Joshua chapter 15. Everything is about obedience versus disobedience and the resultant consequences. And what people have to understand, Brother Gary, I know me and you have talked quite a bit about these sort of things. Obedience and disobedience is a choice. Yeah, rebellion is witchcraft. Absolutely. Rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. So when you're rebellion, you're operating in spirit. You're being very spiritual when you're rebellious. But everything in this life is a choice. It's a choice. It's not somebody made me. It's a choice. And we make bad choices. The Torah says, choose life. Choose life. That is clearly definition. Yes, sir. Choose life. You have a choice to make in this life. You need to stop letting other people make your choices. Stop letting what other people's ideas of a word. Brother Mike, Shabbat Shalom. We continuously give that away to other people. The adversary wants authority that isn't his to have. So do all of his servants. Absolutely. And we give them that authority. We give them that authority. And sometimes you give them that authority by submitting, as Brother Palmetto said, to his servants. You think these pastors are serving Yah? If they're not serving Yah, yet they're picking up that book and reading it and telling people about it, and it's wrong, and they know it's wrong, and they keep doubling down, who are they serving? Who are they serving? People can only have an influence on our choices if we let them. But the final choice is still ours, brother. And when you step out and start making your choices, people will, especially these leaders, they're going to call you rebellious, man. When you start stepping away and saying, I'm going to serve Yah, bump this shit, bump all that, I'm going to go serve Yah, they're going to say, you're rebellious. You're rebellious. You're like Cord, Dathan, and Abiram. You know, the story of Miriam and Aaron. And they go over and over that stuff over and over and over again. They serve themselves. They're like Pharaoh. They become a god unto themselves. People want a shortcut. They want an easy button, so they listen to the guy that they think sounds the best. I'm telling you, taking up this book and reading it, it's going to require, well, not, this is the renewed covenant. My other Bible's in there. We were staying in the renewed covenant. But picking up the Bible, Genesis to Revelation, it'll change you. And you'll find out, if you read the Bible, you will find out that what these people are preaching in it, you will find that out. Then you're going to have a decision to make, a choice. And the choice is, do I believe what my pastor said, or do I believe what the Bible said? So far in our discussion on modesty, anybody has yet to show me a Torah-based definition that your long head covering and long skirt is modesty. So let's continue. Chapter 15, verse 4. And Abraham said to Sarah, since Yah has created thee with such a beautiful countenance, I am afraid of the Egyptians, lest they should slay me and take thee away, for the fear of Yah is not in these places. Surely then thou shalt do this. Say thou art my sister to all that may ask thee, in order that it may be well with me, and that we may live and not be put to death. Abraham is trying to hide his fine-ass wife. But I thought just covering it up would be that's it, right? That's modesty, right? Why did he already know, girl, baby, you are fine? Yes, sir, Brother Gary. I haven't got a chance to to watch it yet, Brother Gary. But a lot of stuff you send me, I actually sit the family down. So we wait for like Friday into the streams or Saturday, and then I'll incorporate what you send me in the studies. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, but why is modesty defined by what you see? You know, you see these Facebook posts. Yeah, right, Brother Aki. He knew his wife was fine. It's like, I'm kind of nervous because you can't hide fine. you just can't. A shapy woman that looks good, you can't hide her. What part of the Bible says one man can ordain another as a pastor, or how that's done? I don't see us saying. I don't even, this is a setup. We already know that term, pastor. Huh? Also, which part says we can take women and children from another man without a war? Don't see it at all. That's right. Balaam was spiritual. That's right. Balaam was extremely spiritual. I mean, Yah spoke directly to him. Directly to him. And not just a war, but a Yah commanded war. I don't see anywhere in the Bible where you can just go in and say, I'm taking these children and this woman out of this house. Nope. That's his possession. Yes, Simon was a magician. He was spiritual. That's why he wanted to be able to do the miracles that the apostles were doing. He wanted it. Hey, sell it to me. Shit. I think Trump is spiritual too. That's so good. I think he's spiritual too. Absolutely. He wants Gaza for America. Woo! Yikes. Yikes. Palmetto, I am right there with you, brother. I don't see I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ordain this guy a pastor. Where you see that though, Palmetto, we see that shit in the traditional westernized Christian church. That's where we see it. A man decides, you know what, you and me have been good for a little bit. You know what? I think you will run my program. I'm gonna anoint you a pastor. Proverbs 11:13. He who wins souls is wise, wins them and brings them to my church. At the preacher. Hey, Linus Deluge, Shabbat Shalom, brother. It's been a minute since I've seen you. People have more faith in Trump than Messiah. Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. So they're not, it's the same spirit. Pastors, the Constantines, the priests. I'm not talking about Levites. I'm talking about Catholic. Many are establishing their own personal kingdoms with their own rules. Their own rules. But let's continue to read about Sarah and modesty. So Sarah was so fine that Abraham, verse 3, and Abraham and Sarah were walking in the border of the brook of Mizraim, and Abraham beheld his wife Sarah that she was beautiful. He knew his wife looked good. That modesty is defined by the husband, y'all. Not some man in a pulpit letting him define what modesty is for you. He can define what modesty is for his house. That's why when we go to First Peter and First Timothy, Paul said modesty is inward. Don't let it be. He is in fact said, do not let your modesty be of the outward, but let it be of the inward. And because we messed shit up, we twisted it where our modesty is now of the outward and not of the inward. Now let's go to Joshua chapter 20. Joshua chapter 20, verse 3. No, sorry. We'll start verse 1. Joshua chapter 20, verse 1. And at that time, Abram journeyed from the plain of Mamre, and he went to the land of the Philistines, and he dwelt in Gerar. It was in the 25th year of Abram's being in the land of Canaan, and the 100th year of the life of Abraham. And he came to Gerar in the land of the Philistines. And then he entered the land, and when he entered the land, he said to Sarah, his wife, say thou art my sister. Brother Gary, I'm gonna put that up there. I need to put that up there, Brother Gary. That one right there. Man, if you ain't read, man, read that. And when they entered the land, he said to Sarah, his wife, say thou art my sister to anyone that shall ask thee, in order that we may escape the evil of the inhabitants of the land. And as Abram was dwelling in the land of the Philistines, the servant of Abimelech, king of the Philistines, saw that Sarah was exceedingly beautiful. How did he see that? Anybody? This is the mother of the faith. If Abraham's the father of the faith, this is the mother of the faith. How did they see she was that beautiful? Anybody? They saw her glistening eyes and her beautiful face. Come on, man. Aaron wore a bonnet. Now women wear them. Same with girls. Right. Right. Do not play that video in front of your kids. It's dark. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the warning. I don't understand this. The church is taking over your families, and now the church is defining what something is, brother. You're supposed to be defining. You define what is modesty in your house. That's part of your authority. Look at that. I have found women very Arda, I'm gonna call you this Arda. Arda, I have found women very attractive just by the way they walk. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. That is the doggone truth. Women can have a walk of, they can have a head, and I've seen this also, brother, where women have a head covering, a skirt, and the whole 9 yards, and they be switching. I mean, they be walking like they in the WWE walking down the turnstile. They throwing them hips. Talking about because I have a head covering, a skirt on. I've gone to places where those women give the un-Israelite hug. You know, they got them titties all up on you. They don't give you the side church hug. They give you the bear hug. Talking about I'm modest. And the thing is I'm gonna be real. I'm just like, I mean, I ain't mad at you. I'm just keeping it real. I'm not sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna go and try to give women all these inappropriate hugs. But if a single sister is trying to get your attention, she might throw a little hip when she walks by you. Is she not supposed to, brothers? Brothers, is that wicked? Is that wicked, brothers? If a single sister walks in front of you and walks by, and she's single, and she throws a hip, you know what I'm saying? Not throw a hip like she got injured. Not like she threw a hip. If she throw a little hip, a little hip to the side, hoping to catch your attention, did she sin? Did she sin? That's my question. Did she sin? I mean, some of y'all women would consider what Ruth did, where she laid down at the feet of a sleeping man. Imagine waking up, brothers, and there's a woman laid at your feet. Most people wouldn't call that. What Naomi told Ruth didn't sound very modest, did it? That didn't sound very modest. Hey, go uncover his feet and lay there. Wait a minute. You just walked in the dude's house and uncovered his feet and laid there waiting for him to wake up? UPCI is Unified Pentecostal Church, Brother Alex. Sean Glenn said, yup, his house. She went into his house. And I guarantee you she wasn't looking all busted up. If the idea is that this man's gonna wake up, see you, and want you, she probably didn't go there looking busted up. Brother Mikey said, I don't know how to say it. I ain't got nothing. You see, when I look at the faith today, I look at it and I say it mimics church, the same church. Everyone acts like she didn't meet for brunch. She went to his room, brother Alex, brother. She didn't sit in his living room. Naomi didn't say, go sit in his living room. Go outside and wait at the doorstep. Go tend to his horse. Wait, let me change that. Go tend to his horse out in the stall. Naomi said, go uncover his feet and lay there and wait for him. Go up to his room, uncover his feet and lay there and wait for him to get up, and he will tell you what to do. That is not modesty in today's terms, y'all. She didn't meet him at the First Baptist ice cream social. Nah, she didn't meet at Israelite mingles or Christian mingles. Nah, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. You see, our perception of modesty, I guarantee you, is greatly skewed. Greatly skewed. Combat G Mania, Elder. Shabbat Shalom. Hashtag white people activities. Hey, Brother Alex, you ain't lying. If they use the word social, you're at a white church. If they call it Vespers, it's a black church. If they say social, it's a white church. I met my wife on MySpace. Man, both Ebony and Taylor met me on YouTube. Brother Aki, that would be a little bit weird. I'm being real. You wake up in the morning like, oh shit, damn. Oh, excuse me. Can I help you? Oh wait, I'm supposed to tell you what to do. Oh, okay. Damn. Good God, you look good. I mean, hey, Brother Gary, that's exactly what I'm saying, brother. You can't catch any fish without a little bait. That's it. Now, this church culture, see, I'm not even gonna talk about the church culture. Let's just keep reading. I absolutely woke up in a hotel room with 3 women sitting at the foot of my bed that I've only known for 6 weeks. I got trashed and they made sure I got where I needed to be safely. Yeah, Shaquille said, yep, breasts all over. That's exactly it. That's how this, see, we have to understand, once again, that what if I told you that our definition of modesty is not, what we understand as modesty today is not defined by what the Bible says. Our definition of modesty has been defined by the Christian church. Uh-oh. Oh, Inkpen 27, brother, if they got a singles ministry, it's definitely a black church. It's definitely a black church. Hey, pal, man, I'm judging you. We don't understand what modesty is today. So we've allowed other infiltrators with their ideas of modesty come in and place what they think modesty is amongst us. Let's go to the renewed covenant. Man, I got my... I never told the babysitter. I like that. Hey, bro, Mike. So we talked about already the UPCI, Unified Pentecostal Church. These were their rules for women: no slacks, no makeup, no jewelry except wedding ring and watch, no low necklines, no sleeveless dresses or shirts, no very tight or skin or thin clothing, no dress hemlines at or above the knee, no sleeves above the elbow, and keep hair uncut. So if your church tells you to do that, you know they're part of there's a splinter off of the Pentecostal or holiness Pentecostal churches. That's it. For men, no hair covering the tips of the ear or touching the man's collar. Now, this is what their document, the Unified Pentecostal Church's document, says. The basic reason for modesty of dress is to subdue the lust of the flesh. Wait a minute. Are you hearing this? They're telling women, you have to dress this way so that these men who can't control themselves won't have anything to lust over. That's what they just said. The basic reason for modesty of dress is to subdue the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. UPCI document, holiness churches. So their idea is, let's make the woman so ugly that you won't lust. That's our idea. That's their idea. So women, you can't cut your hair. If you do, it's wicked. Some of y'all have heard these doctrines. Some of y'all heard this from your pulpit of your supposed Israelite church. That Sean Quilla, we went over that about Vashti, and she lived in a house of concubines and went through months of treatment in the house of concubines. Lee 85, right. Well, if I could grow mine out, I would, but this shit's gone. It's over. Esther was literally brought, because you remember when the king issued the edict, he didn't just get Esther, he got all the fine women in the kingdom and brought them to his house of concubines. And I'm sure each father was excited, hoping that his daughter would get chosen. Because if the daughter gets chosen, just like Esther, if she gets chosen, she can save her people. So the whole idea is, let's control the lust of these men by making the women dress in a way that they're not desirable. That's not modesty. There's another agenda there, obviously. Let's continue. So we read in Susanna that the elders were full of lust. Susanna was beautiful. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew Susanna looked good. But the elders couldn't control their lust. Think about this. Our idea is because people take this verse. Let's go to real quickly. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31. First Corinthians, Brother John. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31 says, where am I at? If you therefore eat, or if you drink, or if you do anything, do all things for the glory of Elohim. You be without offense to the Jews and the Gentiles and to the assembly of Elohim. Wait a minute. Even as I also in everything please every man. Here's a question. How many of you, brothers, let's just be real. How many of you live your life in everything you do? You eat, you sleep, you dress to not offend somebody else. How many of you do that? How many of you live to not offend another person? Meaning, if, Brother Palmetto, if your wife wears the color blue and I find it, I do it. I do it. I knew it. That's why I went to you directly. Imagine living a life, brothers, where if a man says, I'm offended that you wear red. Oh, let me take this red shirt off. I'm offended that you wear blue too. Oh, let me take that shirt off too. I'm offended that you have a nice car that I can afford. Oh, let me take that off too. Let me sell my car, get rid of my car. I'm offended that your skin is dark. Oh, shit. Move. That is some of the craziest stuff. Well, it's in the Bible. You have to understand the context. Again, we don't know what Paul was responding to. You cannot allow me to offend you a little more. That is, it is insane. But people, that's what the Unified Pentecostal Church is basically saying. You don't want to offend men, brothers, so cover up your wife. That's crazy. You don't want to offend, so like if you're a brother and you wear a wedding ring, I don't care. That's what we're saying as brothers. I don't care. I don't care whether you wear one or not. I don't wear one. But if you wear one, I don't care. That's exactly it, Brother Daryl. That's your hang up. That's not mine. I've had brothers, when I've gone through periods of my life where I'm like, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm going through a 6-month hiatus. I'm not drinking any alcohol because I feel like I'm losing control over it. And then the brothers will come over and be like, hey, can I bring my drink? Sure, you can bring your drink. Well, why are you asking? Well, because you're not drinking. Brother, that's me. That's not you. That's my issue. Every time, why is my lack of control your problem? Why is my lack of discipline your problem? Why is my lack of being able to, I used to wear whatever, I always lose them. Why is my inability to control myself your problem? Brother Gary said, to be clear, I'm talking about being the king of my own home. As PP just pointed out, ain't neither of us Messiah. Yes, sir. and Brother Aki said it right there. He said, some are stuck up. Some are so stuck in themselves that they believe that you're supposed to change your life for them. I've had brothers, like the sisters here don't wear earrings. I have brothers that come to my land and their wives wear earrings. I don't go to them, hey brother, hey, brother, your wives can't wear earrings here because you know that's inappropriate and it's breaking. No, I'm more concerned about fellowshipping with you. I don't even see the earrings. I don't even see it. That's your house, brother, and it got nothing to do with me. I got brothers here. I had Sister Abby take out her nose ring. I got brothers that come here whose wives have nose rings. One, I don't judge the brother or the sister because there's nothing for me to judge. What is there for me to judge? There's nothing for me to judge. There's no law. I can't judge where there isn't a law. So that brother, it's his house. And I'm more thankful to have a brother than I am nitpicking every small little difference that we have. How about we stop screwing around, making up our own rules and just follow Torah? Brother Garrett, it just seems like that's so hard for people. It just seems like it's so hard for people to just stop screwing around, stop bullshitting, and just follow what the law says. If you can't control your serial urges, stay away from my family altogether. It's a healthy brother Alex. I think that every man should operate more like that. If you can't control your urges, stay the hell away from my family altogether. It is a healthier choice. Do not come around with your bullshit. Don't come around. If you can't control your urges and you looking at my wives, my daughters, we have a problem. No, if you came to me as a brother, I was like, hey, brother, your daughter is a nice, hey, we can talk. I honor you for coming to me. But don't be sitting over there, I can't control my urges. You every time you come into the house, you go to the bathroom with a bottle of Johnson & Johnson baby oil. No, we're gonna have a problem. Yup, no chance of growing my hair back. Well said. This is where we need wisdom. It's just it's baffling to me. It's baffling to me that men don't have control and we blame our lack of control on somebody else. It's your lack of control, brother. You need to address that. You need to go in prayer. Hey, Cloud, if you're focused on earrings, where is your mind? Right. I have no fucks to give. Subjugation of women, not taking accountability as men. That's exactly it, brother Sean Quill. That is exactly. Let's keep pushing women down. How they dress. I've had brothers literally go at another man's wife because she's talking. Brother, you don't have control of your family because she said something. That man has the right to have his wife speak. Why the hell are you worried about another man's wife speaking? Why are you worried about it? It's not your wife. I understand you have no problem trespassing, but it's not your possession. She belongs to that man. And if he says, baby, go ahead and say what you need to say, it don't make him weak. In fact, it makes him strong because he's willing to go get your bullshit. He runs his house how he sees fit. What makes you think you can go and control another man's wife in his house? I've seen men try to rebuke men for something that they allow their wife to do. If you don't like it, that man's wife, let's say, now, like they don't wear lipstick, they don't wear glittery lipstick, but let's say or glittery chapstick. But let's say a man let his wife wear glittery chapstick, and you consider it makeup. It ain't none of your damn business. Shut up. Shut up. Hey, brother, I think that you're going wrong by letting your wife have that glitter because you know what I'm saying. I just think it's wicked. Show me a Torah, brother. Show me a Torah. Yeah, keep that Diddy business elsewhere. You have, man. That's when I know you don't run your house because she's talking to me like this. I know how she talks to you. Right. Man. Yeah, but Sean, it is love. You know, I just wanted to make him know, like, hey, bro, when you come here, I am never asking you to change your family customs. Unless it's like witchcraft or something like that. I'm not asking you as a man to change your family customs when you come here. My family knows what our customs are as a family. You know, we know we have our family colors, our family customs, our family things that we do. So if another man comes to the visit, please continue your customs as a family. Please continue your customs as a family. If you come here and you want your wife to wear a hair covering, please continue your custom. It's simple. Your house, your rules, my house, my rules. Absolutely. And even when you come to my house, I honor you as a brother enough to say, I would not have invited you over here if I was not going to honor it. First of all, I didn't know you. And if I did not honor who you are as a man and how you run your house. So if your wife came here, I'm not saying yours would, Brother Gary, you know what I'm saying? But if your wife came here and she had tights on, I'm not going to be like, damn, you a heathen. I know how to control myself. I know how to control myself. We've had women come here, you know, with their husbands, and maybe they were dressing in a way that many would consider inappropriate. They never had a problem here. Never had a problem. I wasn't like, damn. Why is she bending over like that? Damn. Why she chew her food like that? Damn. I knew that woman is trying to be the best representation of her husband that she can be. No woman should be in a discussion with a man that isn't her husband about the Bible. There is absolutely a Torah for that. She shouldn't be learning from him. Man, this is good. Woo! Like I said, I thoroughly enjoy these fellowships. Thoroughly enjoy these fellowships because it's just men. And I love that. Love it. This is why I say, brothers, don't sit your wife in front of no other man. She sits in front of you. She don't need to know my rules. She needs to know your rules. They need to know my rules. I don't accept any man trying to correct my wife. Bring the matter to me and allow me to address it. Right, because as Brother Sean and Palmetto are saying, maybe that's not an issue to them. You're over there trying to correct the man's wife, and literally you're trying to lead her in disobedience to her husband, because if her husband allows that, who the fuck are you? I mean, let's just keep that shit real. Who are you to approach another man's wife and correct her? If her husband allows that, you're complicit in teaching rebellion, which is as the sin of witchcraft. You're trying to practice witchcraft on another man's wife. What you need to do is you probably need to shut up. Damn. Just shut up. If people, when we did what we considered, what we thought were the feast days, and not the memorials, but when we thought we were doing the feast days, we had people come here, and you know, they had some children that had, you know, a little bit of whatever. I would just go to the brother. Hey, brother, you know, I don't really think it's a good idea for your child to go into the pond because I don't know what's in the pond. I don't let my children go into the pond for that very reason. Now, if you want your child to go into the pond, I'm not saying they can't go into the pond. I'm just saying I don't know what's in the pond. So if there's a cottonmouth in there, don't sue me. I'm letting you know. Chris, if I were in your home, my number one concern would be making sure that I did not offend you or a member of your family. As a guest in your house, that's our responsibility. Brother, we don't offend very easily at all. At all. We really try to stick with what is the book. That's it. All the rest of the extra stuff, the extra fluff, I understand, we're different. And I'm honestly, as a brother, if you keep the law, I know, if you strive to keep the law, I know you're not going to do things consistent with what is against the law. So I know you're going to honor me as a brother and as a man. So a lot of the other stuff, what I look at a lot is I say, I am more thankful for the fellowship than the nitpicking. I am more grateful that I have a brother that I can walk with than if your wife came wearing lipstick, I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. Well, do your wife wear lipstick? No, they don't wear lipstick, but I'm not worried about yours does. And it's not going to cause a stumbling block to me or mine because they know why we don't wear lipstick. Well, why they don't wear lipstick, not we. And I do hope to meet you one day, Brother Gary, and actually be able to spend some time with you. I do look forward to that. Meeting your wife, I look forward to that. All right, let's close it out. 1 Peter 3:5. Brother Chris. See, that's the thing, Brother Gary. I know that you serve Yah and you keep his commandments and the heathen days are gone. So whatever you do within the confines of what Yah has given you the authority to do, I ain't trying to subvert that. That's a good point, Brother Alex. Well, my house customs are when you enter that front door, I have a little can right next to it. 100 will do. 100. And you can even do you can do 520s. You can even do $10 bills. I ain't taking 100 ones. So you can do up $100 bill there, 250s. You got 50 still. That's a custom. Y'all know I'm playing. That's it. That's it. First Peter chapter, but I obviously you don't pass that. Palmetto. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. But I mean, I obviously do understand that what y'all saying about the house, the customs of the house. Absolutely. I absolutely. Like, I wouldn't go and bring my customs that they're going if I know they're going contradictory to yours. You don't go onto the internet and beg people for money for an hour while you pretend to read the news. Nah. Nah, I don't do that. In fact, I just want y'all to keep your money because, with these tariffs coming down, prices could be going up a little bit. You might need that. Meanwhile, you can sub to my $100 Patreon if you want. No, I ain't got no $100 Patreon. I'm joking. 1 Peter 3. We're going to read these two. We out. So also you wives. Pay me, preacher. So also you wives. Be subject to your husbands. House of Yamir, Shabbat Shalom, brother. So also you wives, be subject to your husbands. Subject to your husbands, not the church, not your pastor, not his definition of modesty, not the United Pentecostal Church's definition of modesty. Your husband's definition. So also you wives, be subject to your wives that by your, and I'm reading in the Aramaic, English New Testament, that by your pleasing behavior you may gain over without difficulty those who are disobedient to the word. It's called acting normal, brother Chris. Thank you, brother Chris. Thou shalt pass the joint to the right. See? Hey, Overbus might have a whole new custom. When they see you conduct yourselves with reverence and chastity, if any of you claim that you are a shepherd of anyone but your house, I'm out, brother. Me too. Me too. If I have to reference you as shepherd, German shepherd, French shepherd, if you ever call me your sheep, man, we ought to fight. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Brother Daryl Vick said, and your own husbands. Let me put that up there, Brother Daryl. Not any husband. You are to submit to your own husband. Thank you for clarifying that, Brother Daryl. I stand corrected. Your own husband. And don't adorn yourself. Listen. Don't adorn yourself with the external ornaments of curls of the hair, or of golden trinkets, or of costly garments, but adorn yourself in the hidden person of the heart with a mild. You have a live stream? But adorn yourself in the hidden person of the heart with a mild and pure spirit, an ornament that is precious before Elohim. So what does Yah consider modesty? He's telling you. He's telling you what modesty is. He's telling you it's being subjection to your husbands. It's not of what you wear. Your modesty is not of what you wear, sisters, but it's of the hidden person of the heart. A mild and pure spirit. That is the ornament that is precious before Elohim. We are fighting people and telling women that they are not mine, and they are heathens, in fact, because they don't dress how you want them to dress. Meanwhile, the faith, F-A-I-F, is inundated with loud mouths. They're not meek. They're not mild. They don't have a quiet spirit or a pure spirit. They're not subject to their own husbands because they ain't got none. But these are the ones that we call modest because of their head covering and skirt. It seems to me that people are worshiping customs over the law. Y'all catch that? We worship customs and we judge customs over the law. Because I'm still waiting for somebody to give me the law that says a head covering and a skirt is required. Nobody's shown me that one. But we'll say that a woman with a head covering and a skirt is modest. So we're actually esteeming a woman's observance of customs over a woman's observance of the law. We as men are clearly stating that we observe and honor a woman's observance to a custom over a woman's observance of the law, over a woman's observance of you. That's what we say on a regular basis. Hey, you're gonna be waiting forever to get shown that, Chris. But yet that same thing is what's pushed out there. That's what modesty is. Brother Mike said, men today make things difficult for no reason. Absolutely. I've met a woman in a head covering in the faith that was divorcing her 9th husband. You cannot make this shit up. With a head covering on, divorcing her 9th. She's divorcing her knight. She's divorcing him. But John Davies said external versus internal. That's absolutely it. Absolutely it. Her outward appearance rather than her set apart spirit, not her set apart clothing. Her set apart spirit. Who she is. And if her spirit was set apart, she would know, I want to wear what is pleasing to my husband, not what is pleasing to my boss, my co-workers, my friends, my mama, my daddy, my girlfriends. I want to wear what, if he wants me to dress in a shower curtain, I'll wear a shower curtain. If he wants me to wear the 26 yards of clothing, I'll wear it because I'm subjected to him. That's right. 100. That's good, Mother Elaine. 100 yards of material are never going to cover a prideful heart. Whoa! 100 yards of material will never cover a prideful heart. Never. That, oh man. That's why I call her Mother Elaine. The wisdom of these older sisters is astounding. Man, oh man. 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 Brother Palmessa, I have no respect for my dad's two sisters or mother because of how many marriages they've had. That's crazy. Brother Nathaniel, Shabbat Shalom. It's not required. However, if a man is exercising Ephesians 5, verse 24, then it's valid. Wait. Let me go there. I'm going to say this. Whenever a person, according to the law, says, whenever it comes and they say, however, I'm always very skeptical of that because I don't see the reference because therefore as his wife, he wants his wife. Well, if he wants his wife to wear certain clothing, that's fine. But I'm talking about the mandates that men reference as, when men say she's holy because of what she wears, I don't see that. I don't see that reference anywhere in the Bible. I see set apart garments for the priests, but I've been reading this book and I'm not seeing where it says a woman is holy because of what she wears. What we read is she is holy because of her obedience to her husband and her spirit. Definitely not, oh, she wears this, now she's set apart. Brother Chris F. Truth be told, I married a woman in the nations last year who was willing to be obedient and do Torah. And she's light years ahead of the women in the faith I've been around for years. Brother Chris F., that is exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is exactly, I have been putting into my daughters, teaching them, stop worrying about this head covering skirt stuff. It don't make you holy. It ain't made nobody holy. It has never, a head covering a skirt has never made a person holy, no more than this washcloth on my hand makes me holy. It don't make me holy. Man, Palmetto, a whore is a whore whether she's naked or covered, because we can take off our external clothing. You can unwrap that long head covering off your head and pull your clothes off and still be a hoe. You remember, the prostitutes of old covered up themselves. Brother Chris, what Bible version do you have? I like the wording. Is that, no, it's the Aramaic English New Testament. Brother LaFrance Hart, the Aramaic English New Testament. It does, and it gives you the verse on the opposite side. Now, I can't read that, but it gives you that. Now, I don't know what that says, but it looks deep. Right, Brother Alex, 100 yards of material is probably required to make some of those beehive-looking head covers. In fact, if you actually look at the word modesty, let's just be real, brothers. All right, let's just be real. The word modesty is to not draw attention to yourself. Am I correct? Tell me if I'm wrong. Isn't one of the definitions of modesty to not draw attention to yourself? Am I correct? Somebody let me know. I don't want to just start shit. All right, we have a yes. Sister Cassie said yes. Do we have any more? So if Brother Darrell Vick said, very true. So if the word modesty is to not draw attention to yourself, then ask yourself, is how you're dressing drawing all sorts of, it's one definition. Is how you're dressing drawing every amount of attention towards you? I find that interesting. I find that interesting. So we go against one of the definitions of modesty by being modesty. By being modest, we're drawing every ounce and every bit of attention to ourselves. And then we run around and tell everybody else how heathen and how wicked they are because they're not dressed like us. We're the set apart ones, but you're drawing all the attention to you. I'm just saying. Ooh, overbust. That you may have me do another study about that. Alex. Artie said, I don't think so directly because a person can try not to draw attention to themselves, but it's impossible for them. So would they not be modest because of that? That's a great point. But I'm talking about like if you, let's say I decide I'm going to be modest, but I'm going to dress up in bright neon green. I'm going to dress up in bright neon green, and then I'm going to call myself holy and you not holy. Am I being modest? If I am dressing very loudly and then I run around and tell everybody around me that they're heathens and they're pagans and they're Esau and I'm Israel, am I really am I really being modest? Or am I just am I deceiving myself to believe that I'm being modest when I'm intentionally being loud, intentionally trying to get attention drawn to myself so that I can tell everybody how much of a heathen they are? That's it. Prepping in progress. You don't call attention to yourself. If you truly believe and walk, your light shines. Brother, prepping in progress, that is so good because what is shining for most of us today is our clothing. Our clothing is the only thing that shines today. It's not our light. It's the external things that we are doing to make people say, huh? That's it. Right. If people thought you were the most beautiful person in the world, regardless of what you do, is that your fault? No, definitely not. Definitely not. You know, it's amazing because I was talking with this sister today. I was out there making a connection as far as the selling of the seed, the seeds and everything. And I was talking with somebody, and they believed I was in the military because they said, "How you carry yourself? Are you in the military?" I was like, "No." I've gone to stores and people have said, you're different. And it has nothing to do with what I'm wearing. I'm not wearing, any sort of garments, no head wraps, nothing. I'm just going to the grocery store. I've taken assistants to the grocery stores. Dress, I'm no longer into the long flowing skirt phase. We're out of that. And they've gone to the store and people see her, them, they see me, they see how she looks at me, and everybody chooses to show her respect. Here's what I've learned. Even more than dress, especially out here, this is my observation. And Sister Tanisha can tell you also, people respect women that have a man. They respect the woman when she's walking with her husband and how she looks at him, how she's walking with him. They respect that. You can have the longest material. That's what I'm just noticing. You can have the longest robe, the longest and biggest head covering, and these people out here won't respect it. But let you be with your husband. Let them see you with your husband, and the respect is different. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so deep that if a neighbor comes by and I'm not here, they turn around and leave. That's it. They'll come back later or they'll call me on the phone. There's something about a covering, and women think that covering is that head covering, and that covering is that husband. Man, Brother Gary, I love that story. I love that story, brother. There you go, Brother Chris said, yeah, you got to get the, see, and what people don't understand is this, when you wearing all that stuff, and there are some brothers here who would better be able to explain this to you. There are men that are wearing zits, all the garb and all the clothing, and they are doing some of the foulest shit. I mean, messing with children with their garments on, getting arrested with their garments on, with their tassels and seats hanging all the way down to the flow. You got Hebrew Israelite women, I mean, fist fighting a nigga in a store. They own man, fist fighting him. Head covering gets knocked off. She out there drop kicking him. I think I saw one do a tombstone pile driver to one. She tombstoned her husband with the head covering. And I'm like, look at this. This is what people see. This is what they see. That outfit means nothing. There you go, Alex. World star. It's exactly it. That's exactly it. And I'm just sitting here like, man, these women be thugging. You just said it, Brother Aki. They be thugging out here with head coverings on. So what I decided is I wanted to see, could my light shine? Could people see a difference without me trying to advertise to them that I'm different? And what I've noticed is people do see a difference. They see a difference. When they see the sisters walk by, they open up doors for them. They open up doors for them. They're not decked head to toe. They don't even have a head covering on. And they'll rush up. There you go, ma'am and sir. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Did some light domestic violence. Now it's time to find husband. Time to find husband number 10. Hey, Cloud, exactly. Fringed up with no truth. Fringed up with nothing but opinions. Every time you ask them, hey, show me in the Torah. Well, let's turn to Corinthians. No. Show me in the Torah. Well, let's go to Philippians. No. Show me in the Torah. And what you start realizing is it's the same thing that happened in the time of Yeshua. When the Pharisees were looking at Yeshua like, hey, why are you letting them eat without washed hands? What we're watching today is we're watching people that are following traditions of men and not the word of Yah. What you are visibly, that's why they can never show you in the Torah, because it's a tradition that they're following. If they can't show you a law, you're probably following a tradition. And traditions are overthrowing the faith because people are now judging other people's holiness on traditions and not what the law says. What I find myself fighting against here most is people's traditions. When I discuss things with people, it's their traditions. And when you ask them, go to the law and show it to me, they can't show it to you. They can only go to traditions. Well, I'm not supposed to be, you're not going to be judged. Unless I'm wrong. Brothers. If you're listening and you're ready for this next question, please type 2 in the chat. Because I have a question. And this one was asked of me. This question was asked of me. And I saw the brother here in the chat. So, brother, I want you to listen to this answer. And I'm only going to ask the question. I'm not leading anyway. All right, we got the 2s. When it comes to that 3, that's deep. That's deep, Arda. My brother from Colombia, that's deep. Are you going to be judged by Messiah by traditions, customs, or law? How are you going to be judged by Messiah? By traditions, by the law, or by the customs? Put in the chat. So if what you all say is true, then what role do customs and traditions play in judgment? There's the question. If we're judged by the law, then what role do customs and traditions play? Look at that. Like Pamela said that they don't play any role unless they violate the law. There you go. The customs of man is vain. Absolutely. So now let's ask ourselves the question. Are head coverings law, traditions, or customs? Brothers and sisters, if you would like to answer, sisters, are head coverings law, traditions, or customs? And if they are custom, then why is so much value placed on them? See, House of the Emir, I would question that. How does it help us out? I thought the law was it. I thought the law was it. There you go, Palmetto. Look at that. And Brother Gary. True head coverings are Torah, but the true head coverings aren't a cloth over your head. It's husbands and fathers. Hats are simply customs based upon misunderstandings. That's the problem that we have today is we keep implementing customs. We keep implementing traditions, and we say these traditions and these customs, no, no. The law. We will be judged by the law. That's what we're going to be judged by. Not customs, not traditions, simply the law. And that's where people start bringing in their own understanding of things and then pitching it out as if it's law. Whoa. If it's not law and it's only a custom, then maybe that's something you should keep. But don't pitch it out there like it's law. There you, man, Brother Jay Morris, customs don't carry weight to a man with preeminence. Only the law matters. Only the law matters when a man has preeminence. Because customs, I saw somebody say, customs can lead you away from the law. Absolutely. But right, every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yah, not every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Paul. And Yah gave us the law. There you go. Arta said, our people have customs. Example, the woman that went out to cry for the daughter of Jephthah. The problem is, as the brother said, when people try to force you to follow them as if they were Torah. Right. It's like in my house, I have customs. I have traditions, but they're from my house. I don't go out there and teach people that it's law. Every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yah, Yah spoke in the Torah. He gave us the prophets, and then he gives you personally commands. But what we do is we start taking customs and we start saying, I'm more holy than you because I'm following a custom. Another question, brothers, does a head covering make you more holy? Brother Chris F said it. It all breaks down to following a man. That's right. That's what Yeshua said. You are following the traditions of the elders. That's right, Brother Aki, and that's perfectly okay. Look, man, Arda, I don't know who you are, Arda, but man, brother, you got some wisdom. I've been studying traditions recently. Traditions are insightful aspects of a kingdom for specific matters, but they arise and fade with time. The law is eternal. Customs are temporary. Customs oftentimes exist depending on who's in charge, who the king is. You know, at that time, is it what nation is in charge? We think that customs extend from the beginning to the end. That's the law. The law extends from the beginning to the end. My customs exist in my house. One day, I will fade away. Tanisha, get due. One day I'll fade away, and my sons will have customs for their households. Man, brother Nathaniel, you are on it, brother. You are on it. Hey, you are on it, brother Nathaniel. And that's what our follow, especially in the faith today, because a lot of people basically follow the tenets of the Black Hebrew Israelites, especially men of color. You follow the tenets of the Black Hebrew Israelites without ever asking a question. Well, I mean, I can't tell you how many men I've gotten with arguments in who Esau is. And I simply ask them, brother, where is T-Man and D-Dan? Oh, I don't know. How am I supposed to know that? Well, because that's one of the areas where Esau, his kingdom was, his reign was, where he was. The areas that he took over, that was his. Where is that? I don't know. How am I supposed to know? It's in Esau, the Arabia. If you look at the spelling of Saudi Arabia, there actually was an E in front of Saudia. So it was Saudi Arabia. I don't care, brother. I don't care. No, because their customs say, Tanisha, go get dew. Tanisha, go get dew. Whoever's in the bathroom. The customs of that group. Thank you. The customs of that group are white men are Esau, because the elder said it. That's right. Brother J Fox 7 just got here. One day I will fade away, and my sons too will be here. And when that happens, they will have their customs. I'm just wondering why Paul said nature teaches that it's unnatural for a man to have long hair. Here's what I think, Brother Aki. Here's what I think. Based on where was Paul, he was intertwingling with the Romans at that time. And at that time, the Romans did not, from my studies, Romans didn't have a lot of long hair. That's just my opinion. There you go, Brother J. Morris. How I raise my children is their custom, but I don't push my customs on others. My children know auto mechanics as a custom. They know how to cut down trees. They know how to change oil. They're learning welding. My daughters are learning welding. They want to learn welding. They like welding. So that's one of my customs that I'm teaching them these things. It doesn't mean that you're wrong or you're wicked. It just means I'm teaching my daughters to weld and to do some other. They're excellent at gardens. One of my daughters, we had a chicken with a broken leg. She made a splint and nursed the chicken back to the fact that the chicken's running around again and it's normal, instead of just putting it, butchering it. That man, Palmetto, it's that simple. Why do you think Saudi Arabia is allowed with the West? People can't figure it out. They'll still sit there and say, well, no, it's the white man. Well, then you don't want to know then. Look at Brother Dallas. I had the same experience. I tell them, read Obadiah 1 concerning Esau. They ain't gonna do it. They will not do it. They will tell you exactly what their tradition presented to them by their so-called Israelite leaders told. That's it. And Palmetto, that's exactly what I was trying. Not Palmetto. Yeah, Palmetto. That's exactly what I was trying to get to. In a fight, because in the Roman culture they were a warrior nation, and each man had a responsibility to be part of service, unless you were part of the oligarchy or hierarchy. So in a fight, yeah, you don't want it. It's going to be a dishonor, because it's going to be a weakness, because that man's going to latch hold of your hair and whoop your ass. Hey, brother Chris F., I love you too, my brother. Consider the context. The Nazarites had long hair. Paul even went to the temple to take care of a group of set-apart brothers. I think they were under the Nazarite vows. I didn't think about that. Arta said, to be honest, one of the most hard-headed debates I have is with other Israelites who are following customs as if they were Torah. Brother, that's where I am. You try to tell these, they keep going into the renewed covenant and trying to tell me stuff in covenant as if it's Torah. And I'm like, it's not Torah. There is a law, there are customs, and then there are traditions. Yahshua clearly was pointing us to go back to the law, the word of Yah, the law, and to not follow the elders' traditions, not follow the customs of the people around us. And yet, we keep following customs, and we're making customs. We're literally using customs to define whether we're set apart or not. There are men out there that are literally using the custom of, do you live in the city or do you have farmland? Do you have a piece of property? And they're literally turning that into a salvation issue. It's like, it's not a salvation issue. I was told Esau was the first white man. So I asked who was the first white woman. They stopped talking to me. I never thought about that, G. Copper. I never thought about that counter argument. Brother Gary said, they both make me pull out my hair in frustration. They do. So when I ask people, okay, define to me where modesty is in the Bible, in the Torah, they don't ever go there, and then they start going into whatever church they came from, what their church believes. Let's go to one more verse. So we read 1 Peter. It's the inner man. That's what modesty is. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 2. Start at verse 9. Well, no, start at verse 8. I desire, therefore, that men may pray in every place while they lift up their hands with purity, without wrath, and without disputations. So also that women appear in a chaste fashion of dress. Again, what is chaste? Who defines it? And that their adorning be with modesty and chastity, not with curls or with gold or with pearls or with splendid robes, but with good works. So your modesty is defined by your works. Whoa. With good works as is becoming to women who profess to reverence of Elohim. So again, it's not about, Palmetto, I can esteem a man that will challenge what they're being told. I will always esteem a man who can say, I want to challenge what I'm being told. I want to challenge what I'm seeing. And most people who fit in the church atmosphere, they don't know how to take that. Because in the church atmosphere, the ordained pastor is the one you listen to. The ordained person is the one. He's all knowing. And I refute that. I refute that. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Brother John said it. Brother Klaus said, and people don't realize that belief is a work. Belief is a work, and then belief will lead you to work. Because now I will know your faith by your works. Show me what you do. So you told me what you believe. Good. Now show me what you do. And I will know you believe that. Belief in and of itself is the start of a work. Now go do it. Absolutely, Brother Cloud. Absolutely. The last thing I want to read is in Proverbs chapter 7. Proverbs chapter 7. This is all just trying to build to show people that we're too busy focusing on dress. We are always, and we have always been. You know, I wrote some verses about how, and I'm not going to go over them, but in Matthew chapter 23, verse 5, how Yeshua said that the Pharisees broaden their garments because that the broadening of the garments, that's what people look at, right? That's what people focus on. What you're wearing, how you're dressing. You can tell what people really believe by watching what they do. Forget what they say. Watch what they do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, absolutely. Proverbs chapter 7, we're going to start at verse 5. Look at what a harlot really wears. And you'll see that the harlot is minimally defined by what she wears. But look at her attributes. Okay? Proverbs chapter 7. We'll start at verse 5. Verse 4. Proverbs 7:4. I'm reading from the scriptures version. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and call understanding a close friend. To guard you against the strange woman, against the foreigner who flatters with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my lattice, and I saw among the simple, I perceived among the youths a young man lacking heart, passing through the street near her corner. See, the first thing about the whore is the man that falls to her is a man that lacks heart. He lacks the inside. He already doesn't have control of himself. He's already lost. He's already lost. Passing through the street near her corner, and he went to the way of her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And look, a woman met him dressed like a whore with a hidden heart. And if you actually look at it, the dress like a whore with a hidden heart. How did whores dress back then? That's right, Cloud. She discerned that. Wait. Take a deep breath. I'm over here. Wait. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something? Who? Yeah, J Fox 7. I see you. I see you here. I thought I said Shabbat Shalom. I didn't. Forgive me, brother. Forgive me. Forgive me. Shabbat Shalom. Man, I thought I said something, Brother Fox. Brother J Fox 7. Forgive me if I did not. But I still feel like I'm missing something. Okay, maybe I'm confused. Okay, this might be a sad conversation. Okay. Okay, forgive me. 50 people watching and 10 talking like usual. Lots of observing reporting going on. I guarantee you, brother, there's a lot of reports going back to Tennessee. Oh, drama. Okay, that's a side comment. Okay, my bad, brother Fox. My bad. Okay. um. Let me see. I thought I saw. And she discerned it right. Yes, the whore discerned that this man was weak. Oh, it's camp drama. Okay, thank you, Brother J. Morris. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was boisterous and stubborn. Oh, wait, sorry. In the twilight and the evening, in the dark, black and dark night. And look, a woman met him dressed like a whore with a hidden heart. This whore has a hidden heart. Hey, Brother Artie, my hope is that these streams will continue to be like this. These aren't teachings. This isn't church. It's just a fellowship of brothers where we can talk and we can share and we can help each other. That's my honest truth, brother, is that it continues to feel like we're just brothers just chilling with each other. You can bring a drink, you can come and chill, you can chat, you can laugh. This ain't church. It's fellowship. And I hope, and if I ever, hey, I'll let y'all know. If you ever start to perceive that it's turning into church, let me know. I will not be offended. I might be offended because that's not my intent. But if it ever starts turning too churchy, please let me know. I want this to be fellowship, chilling. You can let your hair down if you got some. I see Amir said, just drink some wine, chilling with my Hebrews on here. That's right, brother. Come on and chill. That's all I was trying to have. Yes, fellowship is lateral, not higher. Brother Palmer, that's the absolute truth. It's not a hierarchy. It's just, we just chilling. And that's what I hope to keep it as. So please, if you ever perceive that in me, shoot me an email. You can type it in the chat. I'll be all right. Brother Gary, Brother Gary, I was thinking, when I was saying that, I already know Brother Gary, that brother will shoot me. I'll get a phone call. He'll shoot me an email, and then he'll call me. That's what I love about Brother Gary. Brother John, I would be, because I truly want this to stay and continue to be a fellowship. And I hope that it continues to get bigger and bigger. Not because I can collect more money, because again, I don't monetize these. The owner of the intro song monetizes them. Brother Jay Morris, I let you know, brother, I won't ever block you, brother, unless you just went off the deep end. Brother, I can't. I'm sorry. I guess you go close to somebody, you're like, hey, he's a road dog, and I would know if you ever said something to me. I already know it'd be in love, and it wouldn't be because you're trying to hurt me, or because you offended or mad at me. I know you would do it in love. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why I gave you a wrench, brother, because I know you, Palmetto, Brother Gary. I know that y'all keep it. You keep it real, and I appreciate and love that about y'all every day. But I'm gonna finish now. Because I'm about to go get me some wine. Yeah, hey, brother Aki, there ain't no because I said so or the spirit told me. If the spirit told me, it probably told me to keep it to myself. If the spirit wanted you to know, it probably would have told you. But it probably didn't tell me to go on here and say, Spirit told you to give me $100. Nah. But let me continue. Verse 11. She was boisterous and stubborn. Uh-oh. See, there's more to a harlot. There's more to a whorish woman than how she is dressed. In fact, the dress, I think, has very minimal to do with it. Because back then, harlots dressed by covering themselves because they didn't want their identity to be revealed. They didn't want people to know they were hoes. But look at her character. Look at what's inside. The rest of this is going to tell you about what's inside. That's how you know them. She was boisterous and stubborn. Her feet did not stay at her own house. She was always trying. That's why you see in First Timothy. In First Timothy, I don't think I want to know. In First Timothy 5, it talks about the younger daughters go about from house to house, tattlers, busybodies. You see that character, that whorish character of not wanting to be home. Yeah, Brother John, and now they do brag about being a hoe. That sure do. They go for OnlyFans and Facebook, and now they have what the hoe walk or whatever it was called. They have no shame now. Now in the street, now in the square, and at every corner she lurks. So something funny to me is that I can't watch Arab women who cover their faces without thinking about Tamar and Judah. Right. It gives you a different context when you see, the women who are covering their faces. You're like, you do know that Tamar covered her face, and it was actually, I've been studying a little bit about, I was studying about concubines, and one of my studies about concubines led to, actually, it fully went to whores, on how whores dressed. And they oftentimes covered themselves fully so you didn't know who she was. Mother Elaine said the biggest sign of a useless woman is she's always in the streets. Always. Always. Brother Cloud said in the book of Sirach, they're always gadding abroad. That is one of the main characters of whoredoms. Well, actually, House of Ymir, she covered her face once she got, because the servant saw her face. She didn't cover her face until she saw her soon-to-be husband. But everything up to there, she was uncovered. Then when she saw her husband, she pulled that veil down. That's right. Rebecca put a veil because she was going to be to be soon a wife. Absolutely. But she wasn't riding around with that veil on. Whores in these times covered themselves all the time because they didn't want to reveal their identity. There's even some ancient writings that say that the whore, which would explain how Abraham or how Judah didn't know that Tamar was Tamar. Because I'm like, wouldn't he have just pulled off her veil? No, I was doing some research, and whores back then didn't pull the veil off even in intercourse. They kept the veil on so that their identity continued to remain obscured. In some cases, it was simply pull up the skirt, bam, and then I'm rolling out. Lefe Hernandez, bless you, brother. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. So, because I was always wondering, like, how did Judah not know that was Tamar that he had sex with? Well, she must have kept that veil on to keep her identity cloaked. So she was boisterous and stubborn. Her feet did not stay at her own house. Now in the street, now in there you go. You could call this a reasoning, brother. That's good. That's good. Overt bust. That's what you meant by hiding bloodlines. Okay, I get you, brother. I get you. And yes, sir, brother. Left. It's. I hope that this. I just hope that we're all learning, because I know I do. Hanging around such seasoned brothers, such great mothers that we have in here, wise women. It's just an honor. Now in the street, now in the square, and at every corner she lurks. So she's always in these open places, dressed like a harlot, covered. She's covered from head to toe in these open places, advertising. And she took hold of him and kissed him. She hardened her face and said to him, slaughterings of peace offerings are with me today. Today I have paid my vows. Therefore I came out to meet you, to earnestly seek your face, and I found you. Hey, brother, you know what, Brother Darrell? That's a great point, brother. I just looked up and saw that. Jacob didn't know that he was with Leah instead of Rachel because Wait, wasn't it because it was dark in there? Oh wait, I already said it. No, brother, because it was dark, really dark. That's what I thought it was too. My perception was they were in a dark room. Now it could have been she was veiled. I'm gonna have to read the story again. I'll read it in Jasher, but I thought it was because it was dark in there, darkened in there, and that was part of Laban's trick, was to intentionally obscure who it would be. Oh man, yes sir, brother Gary. Yes sir, I agree with you 100%. I learned every single, and I thank every one of you brothers who come here every week and are willing to share, just like what brother Gary said, just to offer another perspective that would cause me to go study. I'm sad. Sisters look familiar in a dark room, and I'm sure he was so excited after 7 years he wasn't about to ask him any questions. Hey, that's the truth, brother. That's the truth. It's like he might have been. I mean, hey, you ever heard of blue balls? He might have been like, hey, I only got 2 or 3 thrusts, anyways. So whoever it is in here is about to get that. Imagine waiting 7 years. You watch Rachel walk by every day for 7 years, and she know you working for her. She gonna walk by and she gonna add a little switch to her hip, like, no, you about to have this. I guarantee. And we know Rachel was beautiful. We know Rachel was fine. I guarantee you, Jacob didn't last too long. He didn't give a damn who it was until afterwards. I'm just saying, after 7 years of knowing what you're about to get, and you finally get up in there, and you know he didn't last long. Hey, Cloud, that's exactly it. He probably went in her and was like, hey, I know this is her. I know. I already said the brother was starving. He didn't have time for field recognition. He was like, hey, horseshoes and hand grenades, this is close enough. If it's wrong, I'll deal with this in the morning. Hold on, bud. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, bud. No, not yet. I'm almost done. Palmetto said Leah has known Rachel her entire life. She knew exactly how to mimic her body language in the dark. That's truth. That's truth. I mean, look at what was it, Jacob and Esau, and how he was able to do something about darkness. That's true. And what's the chances that Leah didn't know her father's customs? Right. Yes. only men that have been through puberty can relate to this conversation. Hey, that's for real. Brother Aki, yes. You know, when you see, I like these sort of discussions because some people are like, why are you talking about this? I think it's important to understand what level of deception, was used against Jacob. I mean, Leah had to have been complicit in it also. I mean, obviously. She had to have known. I mean, she had to have known. She knew. My favorite truths are the ones that made people feel uncomfortable. It's fun to watch people squirm. My question always is, why don't these churches talk about this stuff? Why aren't they having these discussions on how these levels of manipulation or deception were used? Leah probably was complicit in this game, which means for a while Leah knew, hey, I wouldn't be surprised Laban went to her and was like, hey, this is the plan. It's gonna be you first, then it's gonna be Rachel. So start learning Rachel's mannerisms. Start learning how Rachel sounds when she picks up a bale of hay. Pay attention to those things. And you know Jacob wasn't running around when he got in that tent. You know he wasn't asking no questions. He sat there for 7 years knowing that he was about to have that, and it was his opportunity to have it, and he jumped in that tent and was going to wear whatever was in there was going to get worn out. Whatever was in there. Right, right, Brother Gary. They're too holy for that part. Yeah, they don't even do that. That's unholiness. It's undignified. Verse 15, Proverbs 7:15. Therefore I came out to meet you to earnestly seek your face, and I found you. I have spread my bed with coverings, colored linens of Mitzrayim. As our brother G. Copper, too many manipulative, frigid women in church to have this conversation. Brother G. Copper, absolutely. Absolutely. You can't talk about that. Well, it probably, listen, y'all watch it on television. Y'all watch The Real Housewives of Compton. You know you watch Bachelorette or Bachelor, whatever that show is called. Some of y'all been watching Flavor Flav and the Flavor of Love. Some of y'all watch that balloon popping contest. You done watch so much whoredoms, but then suddenly when it comes to talking about it in a holy aspect, in a righteous aspect, suddenly it's that's so nasty. What's the Bible saying? There are those that are wise to do evil, but to do good, they can't find it. Hey, the reality of it is the Bible says be fruitful and multiply. Sexuality is a wonderful, awesome thing when used right. When done the way the law says it, it is beautiful. I shudder to think why it's such an avoided topic, yet it is one of the greatest sins that permeates both Christianity and what people call the faith. Sexual sins. And yet it is one of the least things talked about. One of the least things talked about, sexuality. Yet it is one of the things that plagues the church more than any other sin. Whether it be adultery, whoring. I mean, you got Israelite OnlyFans. You got some of the craziest shit out here. Mother Lynn said, I've always thought Leah was in on the whole deception. Being the oldest, she didn't want her younger sister married, and she stayed home. Absolutely. Alabama said, 3-pump chump, but it'll be the most vigorous 3 pumps of his life. After 7 years? After 7 years. 2.5. Also, sometimes we forget the nature of humans living together. Jacob was a good man, and Leah probably wanted a... You know what, Arda? I didn't think of that. Leah probably sat there. Wait a minute. You remember Jacob was there for 7 years. And then he got Leah, and then he got Rachel, then it worked. So, work more. Imagine being Leah watching this man who was probably handsome, probably strong, and he's out there. Well, let's say he takes his shirt off while he's working for a Laban. And Leah's like, huh? What? Wait, say what? Rachel's getting that. Hey, father, why is Rachel getting that? And I'm the oldest. Why am I not getting that? Well, he wants Rachel. Well, but is that your custom, father? To give away the youngest daughter? Won't you be a laughing stock amongst the other men in the area that your oldest daughter is still home while your youngest one's married? Won't you be the laughing stock, father? Wouldn't it behoove you to marry your oldest off first? Huh? That might work. He could work for Leah, and then he could work more for Rachel. Oh, that's right. That's right. Why is sex only taboo when we're talking about it in a biblical context? Pamela, that's been my question. People can whore, they can sleep around, they can do all sorts of debauchery and wickedness in the world. We can turn sex into the most wicked thing. We can have sex with anybody. We can bring children out of any sort of situation as long as it's not marriage. And it's fine to talk about it. But as soon as you talk about sex or family in a biblical, righteous context, suddenly we can't talk about it. All you care about is lust. I'm not the one watching these shows on television. I'm not the one who listens to the music. Hey, Palmetto, I saw your comment. Speaking of being fruitful and multiply, I'm catching up, bro. Hey, I'll message you in the chat. I'll message you in the chat. This is explicit to them, all while looking and covering the wicked pastor. Right. Right. It's left over from the Puritans. Oh, thank you, brother. You gave me something to study there. The Puritans. Thank you, Brother Gary. Thank you. I always wondered what they did with Rachel when Leah was given first. Right. I wonder if Rachel, hey, let's be honest, y'all. Rachel also stole her father's gods. So I wonder if they went to Rachel and told Rachel, hey, let's do this. And Rachel was like, cool. Levi said, according to Joshua, Leah and Rachel were twins. Could be difficult to distinguish between them in the dark. That's a great point. That is a great point. It might have been very difficult to distinguish between them in the dark. And I wouldn't even put it off to say that Rachel wasn't part of this plan. She tricked, Rachel tricked her own father. So how do we know that Rachel was not part of this? I'm just throwing this out there. Because in the parentical Christian mentality, sex came after the fall, so it's a consequence of the sin. Oh, whoa, I didn't know that. So that's what Brother Gary's talking about. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mother Elaine. Thank you, Brother Gary. I got something to study now. I got something to study. Man, that's good. That's something to study. That's a prime example of tradition saying that the oldest must marry first. You can't find it written in the Torah that the firstborn must marry first. Brother Darrell, that's a great point. There is tradition striking again. There it is again. Man, that's good. By the way, there was a pastor who told the women in his church that his penis was holy. See? 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 Can you imagine that? And can you imagine the women who are married hearing that? You just told every man that his penis is not holy. Brother Aki, right. Whose African pastor is this? Somebody come get your boy. Somebody come get your boy and take a... That is damn right adultery. That's adultery. Man, Chicken Fire Plus, bless you, my brother. Shabbat Shalom, brother. Blessings and honor to you and your house. The Father said it best in Ezekiel. You say my ways are not right, but is it not your ways that are right? He says, you know, are not my ways equal? Are not your ways unequal? Saith Yah. That is absolutely right, Chicken Farmer Plus. As a man with 4 daughters, marriage is a serious matter, and a godly man who can tend to more than one of my daughters, I would want him around. Brother, Jay Morris, you ain't lying, brother. You ain't lying. Brother. A godly man? Shit. Man. That's right, Claude. Whose man is this? Come get your boy. What did he say? What did he say this time? He said that his penis is holy. come on, John. Come back, man. Come back to the crib. Come get your meds again. Proverbs 7, let's go to verse 16. I have spread my bread with coverings, colored linens of Mizraim. I have sprinkled my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of carnal love until morning. Let us delight ourselves with love. For my husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. Look at that. My husband is not at home. He took a bag of silver with him. He comes home on the day of the covering. With her many words. See, it's not, brothers, listen. Listen, brothers, please listen. Please listen. It doesn't say with what she wears. Brothers, the harlot's number one weapon is not what she wears. That's to get you looking at her. It's her words. With her many words, she leads him astray. With her smooth lips, she seduces him. Now today, we have very effeminate men who will try to persuade and seduce other men with words. It could be a brother, it could be a friend, it could be a pastor, it could be an elder, it could be anybody. Words. That yes, brother Palmetto, yes. Spiritual blindness is real. People hear atrocious things from the pulpit, say amen. Creflo Dollar once said, we don't need the law or 10 commandments, and they cherish them. Brother, I heard him say that if people don't bring the tithe, they should take them out back. He wants to give every person who doesn't pay tithe, they take them behind the church, you give every member an Uzi, and you spray down the non-pay, the non-tithe pay. The church would spray down the non-tithe payers with their Uzis in church. And everybody said amen. Then he started playing the organ, and you had people dancing in the aisles after he said this thing, bringing more cash to the steps and throwing that shit down at his feet. The dude just said, we're going to murder people because they ain't paying me. And the church went crazy, worshiping the Lord. That showed me, brother, that anything said from the pulpit can be worship. Anything said. You can say anything from the pulpit. When these pastors, I told y'all about the pastor in Africa, and I think it was Nigeria, who was bringing men's wives up, had them stripped down to their underwear, grabbed each wife by the hip and pumped. Now, he didn't enter her, but he pumped and mashed his penis all up against, she's bent over in front of him, and he went and pumped each wife. And the spirit fell over. There were people falling out, speaking in tongues, running through the church, screaming hallelujah. I'm like, wait a minute. It might have been the same pastor. It might have been the same pastor, Brother Ardo. It might have been the same man if it was from Africa. And you got the husbands waving their hands on. I'm like, wait, the dude violated your wife. You start speaking in tongues? Hey, Brother J Fox, ain't no one pumping my wife. Brother, I am with you, my brother. I am with you, brother. 100%. Ain't nobody pumping my these women were down there. Now, mind you, these women were all wearing skirts at church too. They had all the long skirts. There were head coverings out there, and you got women being pumped. They're in their underwear, bending over in the front of the church. So not only was the pastor seeing them in their underwear, every other man was looking at other men's wives down to their underwear. And then when her time came, she would bend over and he'd pump her, and then go to the next one, pump her. And the spirit fell upon them, I guess. You can't make it up. You know what? Tomorrow, if you want to see that video, tomorrow I'm gonna find the link. I think I have it saved. I'm gonna find the link and I'm gonna post it in the comment section of this live stream so you can watch it yourself. And that is mental molestation. Brother G. Copper, you are on it. You are on it. Phineas has entered the chat. But Brother Jay Morris, I can't fathom the idea of it, of what would cause a man to believe that bullshit. But then we see the stuff that we see today in this country, and I can't fathom it. I don't understand. Proverbs talking about not about actual woman. The good one is wise. The bad one is foolish. Yes. And when you read this, don't preface this with the whore. Think of this in the spiritual terms. It's not specifically only talking about a woman. It's talking about people. It's talking about people. It's talking about the flattery. That's why it says, with her many words, verse 21, with her many words. This could be from the pulpit. This could be your brother. This could be your wife. God forbid. With your many words, she leads him astray, just like what happened to the author of this, Solomon. Sounds like homeboy is speaking from experience. Bless you, Chicken Farmer Plus. Bless you, bless you, bless you. There's a spirit may have fallen upon them, but certainly not the spirit. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. You know, I remember something Brother Chris once shared about being careful with the kind of seed we allow in our field, symbolizing our wives. Yes. In fact, Ardo in the Torah says, do not let your field be sowed with diverse seed. Do not allow your field to be sowed with, excuse me, diverse seed. In your field, you're supposed to have one seed. One. Not multiple seeds. One. There's a lady here asked me why I never leave my husband's side when we are out, and this is why. Hallelujah, Sister Cassie. Hallelujah. Look at the children in the background screaming hallelujah. Hallelujah. It is far more important the woman you choose to be in your life than the man you choose to be in your life. Woo! Let's continue. Let's continue. So with her many words, she leads him astray. Be very careful of these people who are always trying to get you with their words. Always. With her smooth lips, she seduces him. He goes after her immediately. You see this same character in churches where the church will say, join our church, join our church, join our church, join our church, join our church. She goes after him immediately. This woman, this character, this person, after filling you up with all the words, will go after you immediately. Like an ox, he goes to the slaughter, and as in chains, a fool to the punishment, till an arrow strikes through his liver, like a bird rushing into a snare, and did not know it would take his life. And now listen to me, you children. Pay attention to my word, to the words of my mouth. Do not let your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not go astray in her paths. For many are the wounded she has caused to fall, and numerous all her killed ones. Her house is the way to Sheol, going down to the rooms of death. Mind you. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Sister K. Shabbat Shalom. It's powerful to think that when you read this, it's not referencing her clothing, brothers. It's referencing her mouth, her cunning ways, her subtleties. That's what it's referencing. We've got to be more aware. We've got to be careful, brothers, on how we judge other men and their families. What we need to do is stop trying to go after other men for how they live their life. And for the brother that asked this question, thank you, because you spawned this live stream. So you do what you are led to do by Yah. You're not following this traditional Western. You're not following this traditional, Western Israelite, I guess you want to call it, experience, where things that aren't law but are custom, we're going to create laws out of them and start. No. Modesty was defined. It's not the external, it's supposed to be the internal. In my country, there's a saying: when two women sit down to talk, the devil sits down and takes notes. Oh, damn. Oh, God. Gosh. Oh, shoot. I would say there is an advantage. This is why when I make the reference of covering, sisters, getting a covering, a husband, will save you. Will prevent you from falling into many of the traps that little cloth on your head won't do. That little cloth on your head, let's just be honest, it's not saving anybody. Nobody is oh, I'm a super Israelite because this cloth on my head. It's what you do. It's how you live. It's what you do and how you live. Palmetto brother, if you and brother Fox need to go, call, bless you, brother. I understand that some things need to be discussed off screen, and you know what I'm saying. Yah gives every man authority of a king. How he handles that authority is very telling. There it is. Every man is given his household. Now, what he does with it is very telling of that man. I feel you, PP. I feel you. And that's so perfect. It's something that me and my brother Gary have talked about, before, where this whole awakening of men getting their preeminence back has been a wonderful thing, but it's also been a very scary thing, because now men they've gotten their preeminence back, and they're still rushing to teach basically traditional Westernized Christianity to their family. Come on, Gary. A lot of men get that freedom, and then they run off, and they kind of teach their families whatever. And what my hope in this chat is doing is for young brothers that have families. This is an opportunity, because I've had a lot of young brothers that say, I don't know, or I don't have the opportunity to fellowship with somebody or talk to older men who have been married, you've got some brothers in here that have been married a long time. I think I saw the veteran brother, been married for a long time. Brother Gary, Brother Jay Moore, you've got decades. Brother Daryl Vick, you've got men who have been married for decades, brothers. Especially for you younger brothers who ask me these questions. So now you have the opportunity to reach out, to talk to, and a lot of these men would be honored, would be happy to communicate with y'all brothers, to help y'all. They would love it. I'm telling you, the men that are in this chat have wisdom and are very willing to share it, to prevent me from making many of the mistakes. They have enough love that they want to see you in a better position than they were. That's how much they care. They are willing. And it is my hope that a lot of the younger brothers or younger sisters, there are some older sisters in here that have Mother Elaine, Sister Colleen, Sister Lisa, we got some, just awesome brothers and sisters in here. And it is my hope that men understand the responsibilities. A lot of you young men have never had freedom. You've always been under some church, whatever. Now you have some authority. Now you are going to be extremely held responsible for your decisions. There's no pastor to smooth it for you. This is your life. This is your family. Don't be afraid to walk contrary to what religion says. That's wrong, but yes, Palmetto, I have a very short list of people I consider teachers also. There are very few men that I will get in depth about myself. I have been married 12 years and done it through a courtship path. Man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's all I got. I just wanted to make sure that we understood. Don't let somebody tell you, brothers, what modesty is for you. Sisters, stop following the tradition, custom. This is modesty. Meanwhile, the Bible clearly indicates that modesty is what is inside of you. Man, Arda, first of all, it's an honor to have you here. It's a blessing to have you here. I didn't get your email, so if you email me, hit me back, please. But second, man, that is such wisdom. Filter everything that you hear through the Torah. The Torah will skim out all the bullshit. And what is left is 100% truth. Now, what you do with it is up to you. To this day, I struggle with not really being taught to make decisions for myself because my decisions weren't always respected, and sometimes they still aren't, but I'm growing. Brother Aki, it's that path, brother. It's that path. And the thing is if your wife, who at one point didn't respect them, is striving and working on it, brother, be patient. That is the one thing that I will tell sisters and brothers. If you, sister, have a husband, irregardless of whatever flaws you may see in him, if you know he is striving to serve Yah, be patient with him, love him, encourage him, be there for him. There aren't many that are willing to follow the book. Brothers, if you got a sister that is striving to submit, striving to obey, you see it, she slips. You see it, she slips. Brother, be patient. There ain't many out there. You might just find yourself with somebody who will drop kick you. And don't let your pastor separate y'all. Nobody separates y'all. If y'all put y'all together, then you need to understand it and walk in it. And I will always encourage you, brother, always encourage you, sister. Hey, family, come together. Let nothing come in between and separate y'all. Nothing. So much so, like I said before, I'll say it again, that even after you or brother, if you leave the earth first, that there was a setup where somebody can help your wife, but nobody will go into your wife. That we keep your name and your legacy and your plan for your children to move forward. Your name stays intact. Let no man separate what y'all united. Brother, we're going to end with that. We're going to end with that. Oh, wait. I didn't see what you said, Brother Yamir. Brother Yamir. Me and my Cody literally just went over love and what it means. Oh, hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah, Brother Yamir. And it's funny, you know, we're going to have a study, Brother Yamir, soon on love because some people just don't even understand what that means. We've greatly misinterpreted infatuation with love. So, let no man separate y'all. Nobody. If your pastor tells y'all to separate, I'm gonna have to say this: fuck them. That's the best way I can put it. I know it's very candid, but These leaders are supposed to be helping bring y'all together. But yet, we've got, an epidemic of divorce in this space. Let me ask you a question, and then we're done. Outside of Yah giving Israel a bill of divorce, how many bill of divorces do you read about in the Bible? How many stories of divorce do you read in the Bible, brother? Outside of Yah divorcing Israel. Brother J. Fox, hallelujah. Maybe we can talk about that tomorrow, or tomorrow, next Shabbat. Outside of Yah divorcing Israel, how many divorces do you actually read about in the Bible? I'm just asking. Brother Arda, that's what I was getting at. Brother Jay Moore said it also. I don't recall a single divorce in the Bible outside of Yah giving Israel divorce. I don't recall a single divorce in the Bible. Oh, you good, brother Yamar? You good, brother Yamir? You good? Isn't that? I find that absolutely interesting. And to me, that gave me a different perspective when I read Deuteronomy 24, and when he says, because of the hardness of your heart, Moses allowed y'all to divorce. But when I read through the book, outside of Yah, I don't see where. Oh wait, Yahshua, when the woman who had all the husbands, that might be. Well, do we know how the husbands? Well, did the husbands die? But y'all know, you see what I'm getting at. You don't see all these examples of just divorces all over the place in the Bible. See, Sister Cassie, that's a great one, because I've been studying that one and I can't determine, did he divorce her or did he just send her back to the house, to her father's house? Oh, brother Myron, that is beyond suspicious, brother. That is beyond suspicious. Right, Palmetto. It's not as overt as polygyny for sure. Polygyny, you can definitely look at it and say, I see the examples of it. It's wide. But when you talk about divorce, you're like, Yah divorced Israel. But when you look at like Moses, it seemed that it doesn't seem like he divorced her. It seemed like he sent her back to her father's house. And the biggest stipulation was breaking wedlock. Exactly what Israel did. Right, they whored. They literally whored. That's exactly right, Brother Cloud. They literally whored. So I leave that for the chat. Brother Amir said he can do some digging. Brother, please. And maybe we'll come back next week and we'll discuss that. Because I hear a lot of these pastors promote divorce and push divorce. But I'm wondering, like, why don't we see constant examples? I can't think of one story where we see a divorce, and like Brother Palmetto said, and it's not an overt thing. You don't see this overt. Nabal, what's his name? Abigail didn't divorce Nabal. As wicked, his name literally meant fool. So how does a pastor convince a woman to divorce a man? That's right. Not even the Levites and his concubine. Brother Gary said, Deuteronomy 24 is all I got. Right. That's all I got. When I think about the word, and from the beginning to the end, all I can get is Deuteronomy 24, because of the hardness of your heart, Moses allowed you to divorce. But from the beginning, it wasn't so. Because I've been digging on putting away and divorce, and because if I'm wrong, I have a new video series that I gotta do. And I'm not above correcting my previous videos. But I just don't see this example of constant divorcing in the Bible. I just don't see it. In fact, I can't think of any. I used to know a pastor age 102, wife 101, married since 14. That's incredible. That's incredible. That's right. Brother J. Fox said it. What Yah has put together, let no man put asunder. Of course, you got these men today who say, well, how do you know Yah put y'all together? You better not play that game with Yah. Don't play that game with Yah and then tell Yah, well, I think that Yah didn't put you together. Don't let your pastor, your elder, your friend, your mama, your daddy come to you and tell you, well, I don't think Yah put y'all together. Brother Daryl, brother, I'm with you. I'm with you. Deuteronomy 24 and Sirach 25, give the water no passage, neither give a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. If she doesn't go as you would as to have her, give her a bill of divorce, cut her off from your flesh, and send her out of your house. That's that's Sirach 25, the last two verses. Fox, if you don't know, Yah put you together, how are you married? That would be a great question. Great question. And a married couple tried to tell me I was too young to be married. I wanted to marry at 16. Huh. But I don't see that as too young. That's just me. That's just me. Brother John Davis said quitting was not an option for them. And I also believe this, brothers. And then I'm done, for real. The reason why you don't see a lot of divorces in the Bible from women initiating was because, one, the Romans were the ones that created the law that gave the Yehudins, Israel, the Jews, permission to divorce in the Roman system. The Romans gave the women permission. But second, when you're talking about in the times of Abraham and moving forward, if you were a woman and you divorced your husband, you are basically going to be living life during those times without any systemic support by yourself, because you don't classify as a widow. So what are you going to do? That Sister Kathy said it right there. Sister Kathy said it right there. Women had nowhere to go after divorce. So they made sure I'm just going to be pleasing to my husband because there's nowhere else for me to go. That's right. And Palmetto said they had no authority to do so. Nobody would recognize it. If you were a woman said, I'm divorcing you, nobody's recognizing that until Rome came in. But women during those times realized there's nowhere for me to go. So rather than me getting an attitude and getting mad and saying I'm leaving, I might as well get my shit together. Wait, Jay Morris. Listening to man over Yah as a recipe for serious consequences. Brother, it sure is. Real talk. There are some rappers who grew up in church and saw or heard stuff about most of these greedy, backdoor, fake preachers. Brother, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. Bless you, brothers. Thank you for the opportunity that I had to fellowship with y'all. I truly enjoyed it. House Amir, LaFrance Hart, Brother Aki, Brother Jay Morris, Palmetto, Brother Myron, Sister Cassie, PP, Jay Morris, Cloud, Arda. Once again, Arda, it was an honor to have you here. I really enjoyed you being here. Brother John Davies, Jay Fox, Brother Daryl Vick, Overd Bus. I mean, all y'all brothers, all y'all sisters. It has been an honor. It has been an honor. Wait. What if her husband was mistreating her? Cyrus bin Yahuwah, what does mistreatment mean? Like, is he not providing for her? Or is it a matter of she doesn't like what he's doing? I think that's the number one question that we would have to answer. And we will do a live stream on that next week. For those of y'all that will be here, we will tackle that topic using the Bible, of course, next week. If I remember, if I don't come with another topic. But we will try to take some time for that, for the Cyrus, irregardless. Bless y'all. Have a blessed week. Shabbat shalom.